Welcome back to Gizmo and the Goon. Shout out to you, black men. What's happening? The fixtures in the house. The Giz is not in the house. As you can see, she's capped out. We didn't, Fixter and I didn't have an opportunity to finish yesterday's preview. So we're going to wrap that up. Nice little neat bow on it. What y'all think about these vines? you just I'm not
Okay.
shocked about no Fixter. How you doing? Tell me something. How you doing? How you doing? How's your day? How was your
Um,
birthday? What's happening?
My birthday was spent with you on live and everybody else, and today I am super sick. I don't know what happened, but I got so sick. I have like a fever, but we're gonna troop this out today. I'm gonna go
Facts.
on mute because I'll be blowing my nose a lot. But whenever you
Yes.
need me, just I'll unmute.
Yes, nobody wants to hear that. It's gross. It's very unladylike.
Yeah.
And so, it's funny. It's funny that I have terrible sight. Here I'm talking about gross, and all I do is hawk and spit all day. I mean, ever since I've been a kid, my sinuses have been terrible. I hawk and spit in trash cans. You know what I'm saying? It's that I hate it. So what I'm going to do, Figgy, is I'm going to try to find some. I have heard if people say they said, man, there's no way you're not on drugs. You know what I'm saying? There's no way. And I said,
Wild,
it's not really my nose either. It's more like that phlegm. You know what I mean? It's just a terrible thing.
right?
Shout out to the chat. You know what I'm saying? Who for you folks to stopping in. I wanna thank y'all for being here. We five deep, but that's all right. It don't take much to get it cracking. One thing about me and the fixture, we're going to have a good time no matter what. We don't pick and choose. You know what I mean? We accept. I'm going to put on as if it was 10,000 of y'all in here. So that's just what I do. You know what I'm saying? If you
I think
Yes,
I
yes,
also
fixture.
think YouTube. I think YouTube lies because on
Mhm,
one of my phones, I have you
mhm.
on two phones. One of my
Okay.
phones it says three. One of them says one. You say five. And then when we did the replay,
Yes.
it said that there was only 40 something people, but then it
Mhm.
ended up to be 500 people. You know,
Oh, fixture.
so and I'll tell you another thing I noticed. I um I went on my YouTube and I looked at my page views. I always look at my analytics.
Yes.
And yesterday's analytics, I was like up, and then today when I looked, I was down
Mm.
200 views on my channel page, which doesn't make any sense at all. That
So who
means
would you contact about
yeah,
that, Fixter? Who would you reach out to about that? Like, 'cause you know what I'm saying? Like, what would
I
you do to get clarification?
I don't think you can really do much.
Mm,
They can do a little audit and see, but really and truly, it doesn't
yeah.
matter. I think it's a lot of people just reporting your
Mhm.
live that kind
Right.
of makes them like shadow bound a little, or a little warning on it a little bit.
Okay.
We're get you know,
Show
but
you
look,
right.
we're
Show you
getting
right.
numbers up right now.
Okay. Well, Anton, let's see what Anton and Alyssa sound like they're a married couple, right? Anton and Alyssa. Okay, I like that. I like that. I like that. We like marriage over here. Shout out to you both. Where are you both from? That looks like a Russian name. Help me out here. But shout out to y'all, man. Hello, man. We got a little Russian in here. I've been to Russia. I've been to Russia,
Yeah,
Fixter. No, I'm lying.
yeah, I know.
No, I'm
You
lying.
know
That's
what? I thought
absolutely
it
that's a
was
lie.
it
I've never
Czech
been
or
to Russia.
something.
Yes, I've been to the Czech Republic. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Which and Russians hate to be called Czech, by the way. Well, Czechs were very Czech, and she hated that. Yeah, she hated that, man. But listen, the sex was great, though. I will say that we had some great sex. I will admit that. Shout out to y'all. Shout out to y'all for being the first ones to, you know what I'm saying, say what's happening. Before we
Okay.
deal with a lot before we get into it too deep, the fixture would like to say something, and I get like to give her the floor in order to say the things that she needs to say. Fixture.
I do want to say it, but guess what? I want to say it when people are here. You
Okay.
know what I mean?
Okay. So be
Because
it.
I did it when people are here, so I'd like
Mm.
to say it when people are here. Things I
Yeah.
recognize after
Okay.
watching the playback.
Yes.
Plus, just a few little brainstorm ideas I have that I
Okay.
like to like kind of just bang it out with the crowd. If they're interested, see what they think too.
Okay, Fixter. That definitely sounds great. You know what I'm saying? So we'll definitely represent that way. Shout out to the people who are here. I appreciate you. It doesn't really matter to me. I always say, let the creator do what he do. And, I'm not responsible for that part, but I am, going to put on because that's just who I am. Like, that's just, right? The Gizster,
Now I'm
yes. Go ahead.
sorry for a
That's okay.
second. I'm just
No,
gonna
go
I'm
ahead.
gonna come down because I'm gonna start sending the live out to people so they
Mhm.
know that we're here. Okay.
Okay, so be that.
Oh,
Now, for you all who are here, what we're going to do is we're going to recap a little bit of this, and then what we're going to do is allow me to, you know what I mean, to you're going to get my thoughts, on this particular interview. Fixter. Okay. As y'all know, this thing is shoddy. You know what I'm saying? This thing is, what does she call? We do the best we can with what we have. Hopefully she's able to tap back in at some point in time. Anyway, for you people who are here, tell me where you're from. You know what I'm saying? Shout out your, shout out your city. As uh I stole that from Kendra. Okay, the fixture's back. But anyway, still
no,
shout out you. Tell me where you're from, right? Tell the kid where you're from so I can make sure I recognize somebody hit some hearts. Hey, Fixer, what the hell do those hearts mean when they come up in the air? What did that mean? Fixer. Ah, dog it. Okay, did anybody know what those hearts mean when they float up? I mean, obviously it's a good thing, but are you
it means that they're liking you, liking like they're just giving you hearts.
like a bit? Okay.
But you
All
know
right.
what would be
So
better than hearts, guys?
what's that?
Let's all do this at
Yeah.
once. Let's all do this at once.
Okay.
Let's
Jacksonville in the
go.
house.
Let's go like this. Let's go touch the screen twice. Let's see what happens if you touch your screen twice.
Okay. Shout out to
If everyone could
Jacksonville.
just touch
Go
that
ahead, Fixer.
screen twice. I'm just waiting because something happens. There's a reaction when people touch the screen. Just tap it twice. Bam,
Oh,
bam, please.
who, them or me?
Them,
Okay. All right.
everybody here.
Okay, okay. I got a lot. Okay. Shout out Kevin Williams.
And they
How
gotta
are you?
laugh.
Good, black man. You know what I'm saying? I'm doing the things that I like to do. You know what I'm saying? I'm doing the things that I like to do, black man. Always do the things that you like to do. Don't never let nobody tell you what to do. You know what I'm saying? Die on that cross. Believe that. Like I said, shout out. Did I recognize Virginia? Yeah, I did. She said she's from Jacksonville. Kevin Williams, where you from, brother? You know what I'm saying? Shout out your city, man. Let me know let me know where we rocking at. And let me see another thing too. Let me see. There was the hell was that thing I found? I'm walking down the street, y'all. I'm walking down the street, and I've always known to look down. You know what I'm saying? You just you keep your eyes up, but you always willing to look down, right? What do I see sitting there? It's a $20 bill, and I can tell it's a 20 because you know what I'm saying. Okay, Kevin from America. Okay, brother. You know what I'm saying? This is the true crash out. Yeah, probably Virgo Queen, but we're gonna roll with it anyway. Yeah, that's probably it probably will be that. However, we're gonna, you know what I mean, we're gonna crash out, we're gonna do it together. I'm that kind of guy, I'm gonna go down with the ship. So figured I'm not sure what her issue is, but she'll tap back in whenever she can in order to get okay, there she go. Hopefully she figure
I'm
are
just
you having
sharing the
clearly having
live.
technical. Say it again.
I'm
So that's what
sharing
you
the
were doing.
live with people.
Okay. So
Yeah.
yeah, Virgo Queen said this is a true crash out. Listen, you've seen nothing yet. If you think this is a crash, wait till my milk. This is nothing. You know what I'm saying? Trust and believe you me. There will be a day when you will see me torpedo. So don't never think about that. So trust and believe you me. Just stick around for that. And let's see. Now, what was I saying about the $20 bill? It was a point that I was gonna make. Anyway, long story short, you know what I'm saying? I thought that I was gonna pick it up. You know what I mean? Come to find out, it was this big guy walking directly toward me. So I mean, this guy was huge. Now I I'm a pretty big guy, y'all. I'm not a little guy. You know what I'm saying? And so I'm about to, you know what I'm saying, 200, 220 pounds. This guy was literally 6'5", 350. And so when I pick it up, I look up at him. He look at me. He's standing over me. I say, "Excuse me, brother. Did you drop something?"
Oh,
Excuse
no.
me, bro. And you should have heard me. I was trying to say, I didn't want no problem with that. Hey, listen, excuse me, sir. Did you drop this? I was about to. Listen, you ain't there. He said, yeah, that was. I said, yeah, man, I was about to bring it to you. I said, that's good, man. I said, he said, that's good. I said, yeah, yeah. You have a good day, man. You too. Man, that boy was huge. So yeah, I thought it was yeah, that's but that's valor is the better part of discretion, y'all. There was a time when, I'm picking my battles a lot wiser these days. And so, that's important. That being said, after I told that story, figure we're gonna cue this thing up, you know what I'm saying, get this thing
Okay.
rolling.
Okay.
Roll that beautiful bean footage.
You guys let me know if you can hear it
I'm a
too.
man who can take the fire because I've always been in the fire. And I'm saying what I want. I stand tall and I'm going to get it. And whether anybody likes it or dislikes it, then that's something that they'll have to deal with. But that would be my response to that. Okay, because I wanted you to finish this. The reason I said that is you were going on a line of saying black women let their best black men go to other races. Yes. Oh, so, yes. Oh, okay, got you. Okay, yeah. So that's what you said. So do you consider yourself to be one of our top black men? I'm a great black man. I'm a great black man. So are you saying that? Because because what happens is with most people, Kendra, you can't see past what's right in front of you. See, this is the problem with most of these people. They fickle and stupid. They don't have the ability to see past what's right in front of them. They see certain things. They see some pseudo masculine guy with moissanite diamonds and he's rich. You see some guy. Okay, we did a little bit of this previously. Do you think what do you think? You think we should just cue it up from here and let it roll or move forward? What would you suggest? Because
Um, sure, we can. Let's roll forward since we did this. Do you know
yeah, we
where we
did a
left
little.
off?
Yeah, we weren't too. Okay, I tell you what. So not to confuse the audience, let's just play it from where you're at right now. Let me hear that.
Okay.
You move forward
Okay.
slightly. Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Walking around, you know what I mean? In penny loafers, you think he's poor. See, everything is visual with a lot of our people. That's why we so easily.
If you don't mind, I can
Yes.
give you guys. I can give you guys the number. I'm going to try and put it in the chat, but for some reason it doesn't let me. And you can always interrupt with a phone call anytime you want, just the same way we are interrupting the video to talk. Okay?
Manipulated and controlled because everything is visual, it's visceral, it's emotional. Get them likes up, y'all. I don't move like that. And there's a lot of our people that don't think that way either. The people that reached out to me, the women that reached out to me, they adored me. They adored to see a black man stand tall and to call it like he saw it, regardless of the storm. You see, this country, Kendra, really won't push black masculinity down. And I told you at the beginning of my interview that besides my daughters, my priority was the masculinity, upliftment, and self-esteem of black men. It's always been that way because that's how you build communities with strong men, not strong women. Nobody cares about no boss broad. And a lot of these broads don't even look that pretty without their wigs and their face paint. This ain't no shot to you, Kendra. I'm talking to them. Let's see you without that wig and spray your face and let's see what you look like. You see, Kendra? Now, Paul, hit that. They hide behind. Now, what y'all will see is the man standing firm in the fire. This is what you don't see a lot, and this is why I want to say that I'm different. You know what I'm saying? I'm truly different because what you can see is that whether I'm there, here, or anywhere else, I'm consistent with my thoughts. And that was not a shot to Kendra. Kendra allowed me, but that had nothing to do with her. That was for the people that were attacking me. Let's see you. Figure why my chat's not moving. My chat's like, can somebody text something in the chat? Okay, okay, I just got something. Blessings. Okay, okay, thank you. Y'all get them likes. There's 24 y'all in here, man.
Oh,
What's up? I got 4 likes. Come on, y'all. I can
that's
count.
Bill. That's Bill. I don't know if you remember Sinful the P, but that was one of Sinful's mods right there, Bill.
Okay, okay, Bill, what's up, baby? No, listen, Bill. Shout out to you. First of all, my condolences to Sin. I didn't know him personally, but I will tell you, man. I listened to a couple of his lives, and I did not know that he was not well. You know what I'm saying? But well, some people would say that he could because obviously he didn't show his face. Now, understanding why a little bit later on, you know what I mean? Coming to some knowledge of that, but I was a huge supporter of him, man. So thank you for coming in. Thank you for tapping in. You could be anywhere, but you here. Shout out to the, you know what I'm saying, the rest of y'all that's here as well. Cue that up, Fee. hiding things. I'm not hiding behind nothing. Yes, I worked in poverty. Yes, I've been in the streets. Yes, I've done a lot of things I'm not proud of. I should be dead or doing life, but I'm not that the creator. I'm over here raising her.
So awesome. Why are you in a shelter? Why don't you have the ability to have your own home?
I can't get into that.
Well, you're on an international show.
Well, like I said, I cannot. I put like this. I won't be here that much longer. Simple as that. I explained a little bit of it in the beginning.
You have outside money, outside of making outside the pizza shop.
No.
And I also want to say this to the boss chick comment, because I consider myself to be a successful black woman, and I hear that a lot.
Kim, thank you, Figgy. I want to comment on that as well. I want to, you know what I'm saying, take my time out to whenever I, deem fit. That right there, I was, a little questionable about it because it seemed like she was trying to. Well, I guess, like I said, I'm not upset about that. Her job is to try to bait me for the trap. You know what I'm saying? To get me to try to, self snitch or, get me. You can never get a guy like me with that. I don't. I'm not wooed by women and their wily ways and things that those days are behind me. So you know what I'm saying. So in that regard, that could never work. Men don't ever fall for that. She tried to throw the whammy in there, and if you notice, she didn't address any of the things that I said previously, right? Whether they were right or wrong, she went straight back to the shelter. She that right. Okay, you made your point. You didn't expose me. You didn't. Why I'm here is not your business. I'm not gonna go. The thing is, I am here. So that is the issue. Bad Hombre wants to call in. Figure, would you send Bad Hombre the number, please?
I am so trying to, but YouTube's blocking me, so I'm
Okay, well,
just
just
gonna
say it.
tell
Say
you.
it then. That's
Yeah,
okay.
I
We'll
will.
say it. We'll give
It's
Bad
it's
Hombre an opportunity to kick it with the kid and see what's on his mind. Bad Hombre. I like that name. Bad Hombre. I'll tell you something. If it was up to
Can I
me,
give
I
him
would
the
have
number?
70%. Say it again.
No, go ahead. I was gonna give
If
him the
it
number, but
That's
go
okay.
ahead.
Yes. If it were up to me, I would have 70% trolls and only 30% supporters. That to me would make this show jump. Like I guess it's something about me that's always been a bad guy. Like I've always wanted to be the bad guy. So in that regard, I would like a 70-30 troll situation. I would love that, right? Now I don't know if I'll be able to achieve that. However, but that would be the ideal situation for me. Please give Bad Hombre the number because he
I
has
am
something
trying to.
he
Okay.
wants
So
to.
770-988-7557 is the number. I'm gonna try and text it. Hold on.
Yeah.
Sorry,
Excuse
I
you.
have a cold.
Excuse you. The fixer is under the weather and she's still doing this. So let's make sure we take time out to recognize her being under the weather and still she's showing up. She's showing up to work sick. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to she playing hurt. She playing hurt like a lot of these football players don't do. She's playing hurt, right?
Okay, again, the call-in number is 770-988-7557.
Yeah.
Okay, you
Y'all
want to
hear?
go ahead?
Yes. Keep it rolling.
Thank you, Billy. Thank you, Bill, so much. Okay.
From men. But guess what? No one really knew you until you came on a show created by a boss chick. Like you said earlier, you get women, you don't need me, but yet in order to get the attention that you are receiving right now, it's by a woman's platform that created the show. And I want to piggyback to all the other men that feel that way, but yet still take content from a woman's show that they created. So y'all should not say, y'all actually should be thankful for all the boss chicks because what else would y'all be talking about? This is how y'all make y'all living. This is how y'all create y'all name by talking about women that I believe, to be quite
Stop that,
honest,
Figgy.
some men are jealous of because this
Okay.
woman might be more successful for them.
Thank you. Kendra, here's and this is a lot of times you don't have an opportunity to really to get much in because you're trying to, she has to run a show and she has things that she has to say. And so, shout out to her. But I will say this. Kendra made her living, at speaking about celebrities, right? Public figures. Kendra is a public figure. I am a public figure at this point. Uh, so if whether I'm not on her level, obviously, but I've opened myself up to criticism, to to discernment, to ridicule and also the good that comes with it. So Kendra takes this thing extremely personal, in which I don't believe that she should. The people are going to be people. They have it's legal, and she doesn't like the fact that they're talking about the women that come on her show. But Kendra knows that she puts these girls in position when she know these girls are not particularly prepared, and she puts them in positions where they crash out, right? Because we all know we like to see the crash outs. We like to see these broads on there, you know what I'm saying? The twerking, that we like to see the stories and the, you know what I mean, the debauchery. So that's what we all signed up for. So you know what I mean. So when we're trying to play that game, I don't think that that's. I don't think that that's. I don't think that that's. I don't think that that. I think that that. I don't think that that's right. You know what I'm saying? Just from that, it's not. It's not the worst thing in the world. But for her, however, for her to say that when she actually has made her living doing the same things that these guys do, the guys make reaction videos. To lump me in, I don't make reaction videos. You know what I'm saying? I
Right.
always just speak about the masculinity and upliftment of black men. I don't like boss chicks, period. But we'll get to that. We'll get to that. Figure, you can roll, please. Get them likes up, y'all.
Then,
Come on, man.
and they know a man is supposed to be a man and a woman shouldn't outnumber them. So I don't know why men act like they don't like successful black women when all y'all do is live off of them. Y'all live off of us. But
y'all
go ahead.
Okay, respectfully, you group me in that. I don't do reaction
Well, no,
videos.
you are in that because the fact of the matter is you're on my show. That was
okay, I'll deal with my part. Okay, I'll deal with my part.
So you should respect women who create things that are bosses. All you men say that, but yet y'all off of us.
Stop
So
it,
that's
Kendra.
Can I say one thing?
Yes,
The
absolutely, you may.
amount of the amount of money that
Mhm.
Kendra made off your live, and to showcase you 4 times, and all 4 times people were sending $100. The amount of money she made off you is crazy. So it goes both ways.
Well, I appreciate that. You know what I'm saying? The hypocrisy is never ending. You know what I'm saying? We're all a part of it in some way, shape, or form. And so, I shout out to her. She's a very successful young sister. And I don't begrudge her for anything, but I will call it like I see it. I don't have a problem having a conversation as long as we're having one that's built on facts and not how we feel. And so when it starts to get to how we feel, I things get kind of left. But I'll tell you this, the reason I asked you to stop it is because I want to talk to men here. I don't like the word boss. Matter of fact, shout out to my ex. I used to always call myself a boss at some point in time. She said, "No, baby, you a leader." I said, "What's the difference?" She said, "A leader is actually somebody that's in the fire." You know what I'm saying? He doesn't ask his people to do anything that he wouldn't do. And so she said a boss just basically gives orders. And so once I understood that, shout out to my ex for giving me that game. You know what I'm saying? She was right, right? And I've always called myself a leader ever since. I'm not nobody's boss. I don't want to be my woman's boss, contrary to what the internet may say. My job is to lead, and my job is to lead correctly. Okay. And so if you're mad at a man for doing what comes natural to him, then that's not his problem. You don't ask a bird to swim. You don't ask fish to walk. You don't do that. You know what I'm saying? And so you're not gonna ask me as a man to follow abroad. You know what I'm saying? I don't follow no women. I don't chase no tail. Roll that beautiful bean footage, Figgy.
On your next break,
Okay.
I'm just going to tap out and let you talk, and then call back in from a different phone, and then just ring me back in. Hopefully, there's no problems.
Okay. Hold on. Change the
'Cause
spaces. Okay, hold on. I have changed the spaces
okay,
has a
I'm gonna
comment.
tap out. I'm gonna
Okay,
tap out.
that's okay. Thank you. Change the spaces. She makes good money off numerous guests. Okay, we also change the spaces. She didn't make any money like she did off me. My videos are the most watched. She actually created a new segment because of me, and she actually gave me a shout out because of it. Okay, so and I don't begrudge her for none of that. I'm glad that she was able to 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 capitalize on the opportunity that was there, right? Because that's what she should do. This is America. You know what I'm saying? She had a guest that was extremely controversial, and she was smart enough to do a reaction video to it. You know what I'm saying? And people and which makes her, you know what I mean, go up. And she did it not once but twice. So she doesn't. So it was different for me, whether you like it or not. I am going to be, and there will never be another guest that will be bigger than me. That's facts. And that's, you know what I mean? There because you have a lot of perpetrators and wannabes and you know what I mean? And people who are phonies. I'm not a phony. Now, everything you said in your interview was feelings and opinion based. Okay. So I'm not sure how she's going out of feelings and you were okay. What did I say specifically that was in my what did I say specifically that was feelings and opinion? What did I say? Figgy's back. Let me see. Okay, the fixture is tapping back in.
Yeah.
Fixture, this thing does not float without you. What are you doing off the boat? What the hell are you okay?
Is the sound
Fixture, we need
work?
adults in the house. We need adults you know what I mean? You cannot let the kids run amok. Okay. And I was still commenting to fix, I was kind of changing spaces. And so I'm interested to get her, I'm interested to get her thoughts. Okay. She said interview was feeling and opinion based. So just tell me what that was. What was feelings and opinion? And then I'll address you. And say, I don't let my employees call me boss. I hate that word myself. I don't know who made this comment. Okay. I see. Yeah, I shout out to you. I once I've learned the difference, and that you know what I mean. That changed it. Okay. All right. Now I have another comment. This is virtually glorious. I like that username. It's awesome. Your real name. Good. No, that is not. That was a street nickname that we came up with when we were kids. We had a little crew, you know what I mean, called the FBI, Film Boys Incorporated. You know what I'm saying? That was our little crew. And, we all had our little names. You know what I'm saying? It was a Terrific Tone, you know what I'm saying? Marvelous Mike, you know what I'm saying? I was Awesome Dre. We had a little crew that I used to run around with, because we couldn't be big boys. And I was awesome, and they're not around anymore. So there's just me. So no, that is not my real name. However, I am awesome, virtually glorious. I mean, that's just let's not never mistake them. Virtually, do you look at to see this profile? Can you see this profile? Virtual?
You're so
Okay.
funny.
Okay. Go ahead. Roll that beautiful bean footage.
Okay. To me. Okay. Fine. I'll deal with my part in that. First of all, I gave you initial props for what you created and what you've done. I think it's great. I'm not knocking you specifically. I know it's difficult to probably not interject yourself into this conversation. I'm not really talking to you, yet I'm talking to you. So I want to make that point. I'm not throwing shade at you, Ken. I don't roll like that. I don't throw rocks and hide my hand. So I want to make that very clear. And I'm talking to these women who have so much mouth. If black people have so much, then why only do we have 2% of wealth in this country? We don't have anything, Kendra. We don't own anything. If you really want to create generational wealth, like all of these black brawls talk. If every time you see an ad, you just wanna
Figgy, what are you doing? See, this is I have to get a new Figgy. We're gonna lay Figgy off. One in the chat if you want Figgy laid off.
This is a good point too. Hold on, let's go with that.
Okay.
So I want to make that very clear, and I'm talking to these women who have so much mouth. If black people have so much, then why only do we have 2% of wealth in this country? We don't have anything, Kendra. We don't own anything. If you really want to create generational wealth, like all of these black brawls talk, shh, get married. That's how you create generational wealth, through getting married. You marry, the Asians figured it out. The East Indians figured it out. The Mexicans figured it out. The whites figured it out.
All right. Stop. Okay. Kid Vicky, thank you. Now, as you all see, this is me going on a bit of a tirade because and a lot of times this stuff is passionate because you're trying to talk to people and everything is always me. Every other race of people recognize that it's the community. And this is why my channel is going to be important because there's a lot of black men who I don't like either because what they say is you don't owe nobody nothing, right? You don't owe nobody nothing, do you? But let me ask you a question. What other race of men say that? You name me another race of people that say we don't fuck with each other. And I shut my mouth and I shut my channel out. Y'all want me gone? Y'all hate me so much. Show me another race of people that in mass say we don't need each other. And then I'll shut the fuck up. I'll drop this channel and y'all will never hear from me again. All right? So when you can do that, then come back to me. The problem with that line of thinking is it becomes infectious and it permeates throughout the community. And when you don't build with your own people, you never truly get any success because there's only so far you can reach when you in other people's communities. There's a ceiling. They're only going to let you get so far. There's only so far. Okay, wait a minute. There's always somebody at the top. Awesome don't like that. So, and that's why I do even appreciate Kendra for she uses YouTube, but she also had the foresight to try to create her own dating app. That was genius, right? That really was genius. You have to give her credit for that. You know what I mean? Like that, that's not something that's an entrepreneurial spirit. It took guts. She put herself out there. She invested her own bread. Even when she was with Ashy Foot, the brothers got me calling him Ashy Foot. That's a, you might not know who that is. Figgy, do you know that? Do you know who his name was? Ashy Foot. That's what they
No,
called the guy. Yeah, that's what they called Kendra's ex, the African. They called him Ashy Foot.
no.
Oh God, I used to roll. So when she was with Ashy, she didn't, to my knowledge, they didn't have any business ties. She kept her business to herself. Like, hey, we're together, but hey, this is my thing. You know what I mean? So shout out to her. So, but in the end, I just don't like when people try to act like we have so much when we really have so little. Like we really, really have so little. And once you start to understand that, then you can start to say, okay, if we really want to truly create generational wealth, this is how we go about it. We go about it through dealing with our own people. We go about it through taking our resources and spending with each other. This is why they're able to capitalize in so many different ways in our country. They, you know what I mean? They, here, Indians and Mexicans and a lot of other race. Like, think about who owns. I'm gonna go on a bit of a thing here. Why do you a shout out to Cece? Cece said she wants you to stay. She said we'll never lay figure off. Shout out to you.
Oh,
And
she was,
yeah, she's sweet. And
yeah,
we won't lay figure off. Yeah, yeah. Okay, Celeste. That's Celeste. Hey, baby. Glad to
yeah.
see you here. Glad to see you tapped in. And you know what I mean? So, you know, what was I saying? Y'all know how I do. Figgy, help me get me back on course.
Oh, Lord of mercy.
What was
I'm
I?
sorry.
The East
Oh,
Indies. The East Indies.
yes.
East Indies, yes. And so, like, when y'all know, so when you go into your corner stores, when you go into your motels, your 7-Elevens and the Dunkin' Donuts, who owns them? It's not us. How did these people get a lock on the chain restaurants that make money? How did they do it? It's
Yeah,
not brain science. It's not, they're
yeah,
not doing anything magical. And
yeah,
they're not smarter than us. So what? So unless you're gonna tell me that the reason we're behind is that black people are inferior, listen, let's just say every other race of people are smarter than black people in America. If that's your point, okay. If that's what you feel. However, if you're not going to say that, then what is the real reason? So once you start to get to that, then that's when you start to peel back the layers and you can get to a lot of this phony boss talk that we all get to. Because in truth, we don't have anything in this country. And until we start to marry one another, marriage creates generational wealth. And I'll tell you all why. Marriage is so important because even if a man makes, let's say, a minute, the average income, like I said, for average black man is about 40, I don't know, 45 grand, give or take. And the average income for a black woman is, say, 27, 28, right? Let's just say for a minute you combine that. Let's do a little rounding, Fixter. Let's say we wind that up to about 80 grand. Okay. Now what happens is what men do is they begin to allow their women to, because women are consumers. Women are the ones who spend and who feed the economy, right? So the man is like, no. look at baby, no, we're not buying that. We're going to do this. We're going to do that. We're going to do this. If he's a good man, he's going to be a man who's thinking about the future. He's going to be thinking about a retirement. He's going to be thinking about IRA. He's going to be thinking about putting himself, his wife. He's going to be thinking about doing the things that are conducive to productivity and longevity. That's how he's going to move. Okay. Now, I do realize that we have to solve for fools, because a lot of times people are going to say, well, all men are not like. There's no such thing as all or every. Okay, let me be the first one to give y'all this. There is no such thing as all or every. No, it's not the way people do things. It's not the way people move. There's no such thing as all or every. There's always going to be variance. There's always going to be more. And we're just speaking about the majority. And the majority of men are going to be good and financially savvy, especially when they know there's people that are depending upon him. You get with these men, you build with these men, you begin to save, squirrel away, you begin to accumulate things together. You begin to uh, have insurance, your credit rating gets better. You begin to, so let's just say, y'all make 80 grand together, but y'all may be worth 400,000 on paper with credit. You feel me knocking, Fixter? So
I'm sorry.
that's okay. That's okay. I just wondering, you know what I'm saying? So what happens is now you have even though you don't have the cash or the capital, you have the credit. And the majority of the world, everything is built off what? Everybody knows what the world is built off of. People rich on paper. They don't have the cash. They have credit. So that's how you build it. Now you invest in a home. You buy a home. You try to get you a good I bought home when I bought one fixer. It was a fixer upper. I didn't know a lot about this. So it was just like I don't know. I think I spent 22 grand on a house or something like that. The feds took it. Well, not the feds, but the state seized it when they locked me up. That my cars and stuff like that years ago. So I didn't think previously enough. Fixer, just a little back. Do you know that very house? I bought it next to a mosque. You know what I'm saying? Like not too far from it. Do you know they bought that house, that same house that I bought for 22 grand, end up going for 119,000? It was a piece of crap. Like it was literally a piece of crap. And those people paid 6 times the price.
Right.
Right. And it was dilapidated. Like it was crazy. Right. But once again, this is what happens when you accumulate assets. So this is why it's so important for women to get married, because number one, they get the security of a man. You under his leadership, and you're covered. So an uncovered woman is the most vulnerable of our society. You know what I'm saying? Children, uncovered women, the elderly. You know what I mean? And you know what I mean? Almost that order. You know what I'm saying? Uncovered. I mean, the elderly would probably be, and then women. You know what I mean? And so that's why it's so important. So when people try to act like marriage doesn't matter in our community, absolutely it does. And I'm going to push marriage. I'm not going to be one of those guys who don't think that it matters and who's going to say that, you know what I mean? People, you can just, y'all don't have to be with each other. This, that, and the
Oh my
third.
God. Wait.
Yes.
Sorry for interjecting, but
Yes.
Kendra G just watched my stories.
What story? What do you mean? What did that mean?
She just watched I'm sorry, on Instagram. On Instagram, she watched my stories. I posted her story,
Okay.
and you can see who watches your story. I'm sorry, I don't know if you could see this, but
Yes, I
she,
can.
yeah, she watched my story. So, hi Kendra, if you're here, I love you.
Okay, what's okay? Okay,
We
y'all have
love
to excuse
you.
Figgy. Y'all
We
okay?
love
That's
you.
that's Figgy. Figgy's a fan. She's like a puppy that's trying to walk around. I told her she gets excited like a puppy that she doesn't mean it, but she's gonna pee in the fucking house. You know what I'm saying? You want to take her to the pad, she doesn't mean any better. So shout out to the fixture. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to EKG. You know what I'm saying? And hopefully we can But what were you saying?
We're never gonna get. We're never
yeah,
gonna get through this video.
say it again.
But
Okay, yeah, we are. Now, what were you? Now, you wanted to say something, Fixed. It was very important for you to acknowledge. Now
I
we
do.
have more. Go ahead.
I do. I wanna show something. I was watching the replay of what we did yesterday. And for a first live, it was amazing, but I recognized a lot of my wrongs. Well, not just, I had one wrong. I recognize my wrong, but I also recognize I talk loud. So here's my wrong, okay? When I interjected, oh, not interjected. I agreed with a lot of the comments, okay?
Yes.
I do, but you
Okay.
made an incredibly valid point.
Mhm.
And to me, when it was live, to me, it fell on my ears as if it was just defense. And then when I watched the playback, I was like, that's a dope, like that's actually the best thing I've heard. And I want to play it. Okay. I'm going to play what happened
Okay.
because when you listen to it again, like, and I realized I was wrong. And I was like, it was like I was being combative.
Okay.
And I get it. Like I learned so much just watching this playback. Hold on.
Okay.
I have a question also.
Yes.
Because a lot of people are saying this in the comments, which I agree, and I'm curious. Why didn't you wait until, like, why go on a dating app now when you're not situated? Like, why not wait until you're situated?
You know what? That's a great question because the creator told me to. And what I wanted to do, what I wanted to show more than anything, I'm gonna tell y'all something, right? And I'm gonna let y'all in on something that's near to me. And I've told Figure this, but I'm gonna say it again. The self-esteem and masculinity of black men is at an all-time low. I don't know if it's ever been lower. You know, there's so many men that are so weak, and it's destroying our community. And because I said, you know what? Why would I wait when I don't have to? Why? I'm that guy no matter what. Let me show what being that guy really looks like. A man who does not let his circumstances dictate him and who's going to win regardless because he's already won. I want y'all to understand this battle is already won. I've already won. You just haven't necessarily seen the results yet. The score isn't necessarily up on the scoreboard yet because they haven't posted it. But I already won because I've already survived so many circumstances. I'm here. I'm alive. I'm not dead. I have a beautiful daughter, and I'm going to find her a mother. I have options galore, but I'm still leaning towards a young lady right now. So what I'm telling y'all is, this is the difference between men and women. And this is this difference between being a masculine man and them cowards that y'all hear with these talking points saying, oh, he's right message, wrong messenger. Man, you a fuck nigga, bro. Because if you were a real man, you wouldn't worry about how something is wrapped. You would worry about getting the message. See, a lot of times in our community, everything is very spooky. Everything is, y'all know I'm not lying. We're very mystical people. You know, we believe in Illuminati and don't step on the crack and break your mama's back and the black cat and break a mirror and you get 7 years bad luck. These things hurt us. These things 100% hurt us. When you have strong men who don't care about you throwing all that aside. Like, look here, I got a job. I'm that guy. Come here, baby. You can do that when you believe. And a lot of you brothers don't believe in yourself. So therefore your women don't believe in you. And since you act like her, fuck nigga, she treats you like her. Nah, cut and take that.
Okay, so now I went on to argue. I'm going to play this bit. Like I went on to be combative because now, like even watching this now, I can
Yeah.
see you made incredible. Like the point alone when you said I've already won, you actually have. Like you actually have. Even though you're in this shelter, you're not a stupid brother. Like because like you actually have one already. And then so I realized that, but then I went
Thank
on
you.
like hold on. I had to call you and tell you after watching it, I had to call you and apologize because I'm like, one, I'm a person, I hold myself like I'm a person of accountability, right? I hold myself accountable and I realize something. But then watching it now too, no buts really. Just I understand why I didn't receive it well because it was, again, it felt aggressive. And so all I heard was defense, defense, defense. But I wasn't listening to your words because of the tone, right? But you know what? When I watch it back, I'm like, I'm wrong. Like what you said is, now look at how I'm wrong. Can I just state my opinion? I honestly, I think you should have waited. I think you should have waited. That's all that being said, and that's true and everything. And I like the boldness is real cool and everything, but I think this wiser thing would have been wait.
Okay, now, I'm glad you said that. Okay, fine. And I don't care about your opinion in that regard. I told you that, and I'm glad people in the chat had an opportunity to hear how she feels. In the end, it doesn't matter. This is what being a man and going your own way means. It means not wavering in the face of adversity. It means not wavering even when other people don't agree with your decisions. That's what being a man is. It means standing no matter what. And that's what I will always do. See, I said this. One of the things about me that I truly appreciate about myself in this regard is that I know exactly what I'm supposed to do. I don't have to. I'm like a machine on like I'm like when we turn off we power our phones on. We know the phone knows exactly what I have a woman doesn't have to tell me anything.
This part for sure.
Doesn't have to come in and tell me this is, oh, my daddy did this, or this is what a man should do here, or this is, you can't tell, you don't have to coach me in this regard.
It's true.
Right? So this is very, very important that I get this out. If a man lets his circumstances define him, then he's not much of a man to begin with. And I'll tell you something else too. If I were to wait, let's just say for me, if I were to wait, I'm not. Listen, do you think that I'm going to have the same respect for the same woman that comes into my life then? Okay, but you here now because I'm up again. Because I've had women be with me when they was up. I know that women don't like me specifically. They only care about what I can do for them. That's the way life goes, right? It's not a bad thing. It's not a good thing. I understand the nature of women. Women wait at the finish line for the guys that have won the race, right?
I think. Now, here's the thing. Everything you said right there was gold. And here I go doing my female instinct. And I can be honest with myself about it. Watch this.
I think listen, Figgy, stop. Listen, stop you. You're not gonna do this. This is my thing. You just do what I ask you to do, please. You're helping me. Hit the.
I know, but that's why you don't have to fight me, and I'm not here to fight you. I'm not fighting you. We're not going to go back and forth. No, but hold on. We're not going to go back and forth. Yes, I'm here to help you. Yes, it is your thing. I'm not going to sit here and argue with you at all on live. But you don't have to be on a defense either, and you don't have to be. I'm not your assistant at the end of the day. I'm not on the defense. What I'm saying is, you came in, you interjected. You said that you didn't agree. I rebutted. That's fine. You don't have to continue to go back. You weren't even going to do this. You wanted me to being ridiculous.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm being ridiculous.
Well, this is par for the course for you. I mean, this is par for the course.
I'm sure you value it sometimes. Yes, I think my opinions are not wayward. And here's the thing: I'm just reiterating what people are saying in the comments, and I actually agree with it. And you're saying I don't care, and that's
I already agree.
You don't have no, but I'm saying like. It doesn't matter. Let's just keep going. But you can't shut down my opinion. If I want to make a statement, you can't be like, well, this is my thing, and you're just here as a tool. I ain't your tool. But anyways, I respect you. Here you go. Now, listen, that was all wrong of me. It was wrong of me to do that on live. It was wrong of me even to do that at all. Because, like, you had this. And here I am, like, really and truly, you do have to say, and I knew that going in, and here I am. I wasn't trying to be combative. Well, no, I was. Well, I wasn't. I didn't know unconsciously. Just it's like a feminine thing. But the thing, or not a it's not a feminine thing. It's a masculine thing, but it's a female thing. Okay. Now, but the thing is, like I realize after watching this, I am wrong here. Like I'm wrong here. And I think if more women, and this is not, you didn't come to me and tell me, look at where you went wrong. I literally watched this and I could see it. You know what I mean? That I'm wrong here. And all of this was unnecessary and it was me. Like you already made two incredible, valid speeches. You know what I mean? And I could have just stopped at there. But I just wanted you to see my point. But the thing is, you already shut down my point. But now, at the end of the day, I had a fair statement by saying, you know, you should have waited. But you also had fair statements in your argument. Like I'm like, you know what? I need to shut up at that point. You know what I mean? Like both times, it was gold. You were giving gold, and I was just being combative, and I apologize publicly here because I recognize my wrong, and I think we should do that as people. And I'll say something. You do that for me too. Awesome. When I show you something, you are a man who takes accountability too, and I think that's why we've been connected for so long. And why we get along, even though we fight a lot, but we get along.
I don't get along
Like
with no woman.
we understand each other because, like, you are a man who takes accountability. I'm a woman who takes accountability, and let me tell you, taking accountability is so sexy. Like everybody needs to do that. It is hot.
Okay. Well, first of all, shout out to the fixer for recognizing she was wrong. She's often wrong when she is. This is just one of the first times she could bring it up. So shout out to her because absolutely that's not that's a huge thing. That goes a long way with men. You know what I mean? That goes a long way with men being able for someone to be able to just acknowledge, you know what, hey, you know, I could have handled that better. That means a lot. So, you know, shout out to her for, you know, for doing that. You know what I'm saying? Because like I said, it was her. Fixed the Q back up the thing. I will say this, you know, in connection with that, you know, when somebody says what I should do, I think it probably would have been it's like me saying, well, you know, if I had a, you know, if I had a, you know, if I don't have a car currently, but if you know, if I had a car, I wouldn't put that gas in it. Well, you don't have a car, motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? It's not your car, and so you know, so I believe that if someone says, well, that's not, you know, if I would in that circumstance, I wouldn't do that. Okay, fine. You know what I mean? If that's, but once again, I'm just. I'm just a beast, y'all. I'm in the soup, but I'm really a barbarian. My skin is just so my skin is I don't know if you'll find a man with thicker skin. You know, good luck with that. And I think this kind of proves it because I I don't normally people want you to see only the good. That's what social media is. Social media is a place that is full of phonies. I don't care what nobody thinks. I don't care what nobody says. The social media is full of phonies, men and women. You know what I'm saying? Girls post pictures, you know what I'm saying? BBLs, filters, wigs, makeup. Guys post money, you know what I'm saying? You know, with stacks of hundreds, but, you know, melded in a bunch of ones. You know what I'm saying? Moissanite diamonds is already said. If y'all not familiar with that, they're not even real diamonds. They're lab diamonds, but they paying top dollar for it. You know what I mean? You know, everybody wants to be recognized. Everybody wants to be seen. However, there's nothing of substance. And so that's why I have come to in order to put you idiots, you know, to shame. Because once again, you cannot shame me because I think you are stupid. Now, shout out to Celeste. See, she asked me a question. Celeste, I saw it. I want you to know I did. She said, why? She said, awesome. Why is it so hard for us to be for us as a people to be together? That's a great question, Celeste. I'll tell you, right? And people don't want to hear this, but I don't really give a fuck. You can just get off the live. Slavery, slavery, we still have not recovered. We still have not recovered because they played such a devious, despicable, wonderfully marvelous game with us. Not just physically, but mentally. We were broken as a people. We were broken. And that wasn't all of us, but you know what I mean? a lot of us, the majority of us were broken and we would do anything in order to escape those conditions. So we would turn on each other. Now, that was not all brothers. There's a lot of black men. There was a few who really stood up. The history books won't tell you about Gabriel Price or Denmark Vesey and other brothers, Nat Turner and other brothers. You know, if y'all are unfamiliar with those names, look them up. So they don't talk about black men like that because they want to act like those black men did not exist. However, they did, right? And so what has happened is because black men have been told that they don't that they don't matter for so long, and especially over the last maybe say 40 to 50 years, black men have been told and been pushed to the side, and that's this thing's called toxic man. Do y'all have any idea how many people have called me toxic? Oh, he's so toxic. He's so what is toxic about me? Because I'm honest, but you don't like what I said. You know what I
You're
mean? But
aggressive.
I'm toxic. Say it again.
You're very aggressive.
Well, okay, that may be, but here's the thing, and I'll accept that, Fixter, and you may be right, but does that make me toxic? Does that make me poisonous? You see what I'm saying? And that's the issue that I have with that. I literally am raising my daughter, and I literally have saved my other daughter's life. Could a toxic person do such a thing? But once again, they'll never acknowledge that, right? So Celeste, I just think that we have to purge our community. A lot of us, in truth, a lot of us cannot be saved. Even the Bible says everyone won't make it. So we have to build with the people. We have to get with the people that are like-minded, and the ones that see that we don't have to see everything the same way. You know what I mean? And that's not required. What is required is that you understand that for the good of the community, you go with your people. They don't always agree, right? No other race always agrees. They a lot of them don't like each other. They're not riding against their people though. They're not riding against the people for you. They're just not, right? And there was a it's funny, and because all of this stuff kind of ties in loosely in some way. If y'all saw Kendra last night, I told the fixer that I wanted to react to the video with the Indian guy. The Indian guy was very shy. He was he was well groomed. He was a successful man living in Toronto, Canada, downtown Toronto, which is an expensive area. I'm sure that's probably as expensive as New York or LA, huh, Fixter? Would
Mm-hmm.
that be fair? Okay.
Oh, super expensive. Yep.
Okay. Right. So clearly he's doing well for himself. And he said that he was not confident at all, up until he said, I don't, she asked him, would he date, I think Kendra asked him, was he open to other races? He said, no, I don't want to date black women. And black women jumped in they were hurt. They were hurt. Oh, you come on a predominantly black dating show and you don't want to date black women.
I
Kendra,
never
let me
saw.
see. Say it again.
Oh, that was just in the comment section. They didn't
No,
bring
no,
that
that was a
up.
super chat. No, that was a super chat, Kendra. I mean,
Oh,
Fixter. Yeah, the girl super chatted, and Kendra, to her credit, she had more class than to
yeah.
than to than to let that. She said some of y'all are just pathetic. She said the man has a right to have an opinion. He doesn't want you. It's okay. Kendra
Yeah.
was like, you really a goofy for real. And
Yeah.
so and then she had the nerve to text again. Well, I'm with the white man. And so I don't remember what the rest of it was. I didn't want him. I'm just saying. So Kendra, like, you really a goofy now. You know what I mean? And so, and so shout out to Kendra for peeping game. Like it was so Figgy. It was so weird because it's like you're mad at a man because he don't want you. I keep telling black women, no other race of man wants to date you. They don't. They want to have sex with you. They don't want to date you and take you serious. They cannot take you into their communities and be accepted. It's just not proper for them, for these successful white, Asian, Latino, Indian men. They just not gonna do it. And you have no figures, none whatsoever, to back up that black women have options outside of their own men. Black men have options, black women don't. And so this is why I always tell black women, you better come back to your own community of men because that's where you should be. That's where you should be. Dealing with those men trying to make things work with those men because those men will accept you because those men understand you. They had some chick fixed her, Lord have mercy. This broad, I mean, you can't really make this shit up. This broad left her husband. Shout out to Kevin Samuels. You say you can't make this shit up. You can't make this shit up. This woman said, Figgy, she said she wanted she left her husband of 19 years because she wanted to be a thought. Figgy, this is what she literally said. I'm not, this is like almost verbatim. She said she left her husband because she wanted to be a thought in the street. She wished she hadn't. After 19 years and 3 children, she wanted to have sex with a guy. She divorced her husband just to have sex with the guy. The sex was whack. Now she wants a white man. She does not date black men. She only wants a white man to come in and clean up this mess. Now, you tell me what white man who is successful, who goes on, ski trips with grandma and grandpa to Aspen every Christmas, and you know what I mean? He does the things that that white people do. Have brunch. You know what I mean? Black people do have brunch too, but y'all know what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? At the club and things. He not taking you nowhere. Now he'll blow your back out. He'll play games with you. He'll use you up. He'll use you for target practice, as I like to say.
I, I okay,
Hey,
so
Fixter. Hey,
yeah, the
Fixter, did you get that? I said he'll use you for target practice.
target.
It was, I know you didn't want to use that, but it's really, really true, right? And so and this is why I always say, you dance with the one that brung you. Celeste, thank you for saying I look dapper. Even thank you, sister. You are very kind and gracious. And anybody who shouted me out, anybody who shot me a super chat, two people, I appreciate you. Celeste, I don't know if that was you.
Listen, I really want to get through
I
this
want to
because
thank
you
you.
made that. There's a
What?
point that you made
Yes.
just now that you made it so brilliantly on here, and you made it
Okay.
just now, and it was just so well done
Okay.
on here. And two, Cece messaged me yesterday, and she
Okay.
was she showed me I showed you a little clip of it, right? That
Yes.
guy that was doing a reaction to
Yes.
our live while we were
Yes.
live. That's
Yes. Yes. Yes.
incredible.
Yeah. Hey,
That
shout
was
out to you, man. What's up,
funny.
brother? How you doing, man? Are they doing it now? I don't know this stuff. Are they doing?
No, that was yesterday while we were so they were doing a reaction to this video,
Okay.
and then I guess they figured out we were live, and then they
Okay.
came over to the live, and that's where you got a lot of haters in the comment because I
Okay.
guess that's what they're doing.
Oh,
But
okay. 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 Okay.
they were hating in a very funny manner though.
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
you
it
would
was
have
some really good
laughed.
stuff. It was really some funny stuff. Okay, I
It
see,
was,
I see Celeste. Not to cut you off, Fixter, but I see
yeah.
Celeste. She says, "Figgy, please mention that channel I told you." Okay, that it also stream an awesome show. Yeah, shout out to that Celeste. Hey, listen, hey, no such
Yeah,
thing as
she's
bad publicity over
wonderful.
here, right?
She
No
is
such
the
thing as bad
one, by
publicity.
the way, she's the one. Remember, I was reading those text messages to you? That was her.
Uh, okay, yeah, okay, man. Shout out to the sister. I
Yeah,
can't thank her enough. There's some good,
yeah.
solid black women. Listen, I'm gonna tell y'all something, right? And there's there's going to be there always nothing is perfect. You know what I mean? Nothing is perfect. And when I'm ever calling, when you ever use me, hear the
No,
word
she was
bitch.
giving us love. She was giving us love the whole
That
time. It was
I
really,
100%. I
yeah.
want to know that there are black women that I would literally lay down my jacket for, and so they can
Mhm.
walk over a puddle, and or my life. There are some beautiful black women out here, and those women need to be highlighted more. The gracious sisters, you know what I'm saying, who are helpful, the ones who
Mhm.
mean the community well, even though we're not perfect, they still have not turned their back on their own community. And so look at Leatherface said, now shout out Leatherface, not my jacket. What kind of jacket you got, Leather? You ain't
He
got no
he
Leatherface
actually
ain't got
made
no good jacket. Hold on,
no no
Leatherface
no.
don't Leatherface
He
done pissed me off. Hold on, Fixter.
hold on. He's a tailor. He actually makes clothes like
Oh,
leather clothes from scratch,
Leatherface
and
ain't hold on.
dope. Yeah, yeah.
Leatherface.
Uh oh. He gonna show you up, Leatherface. How you doing, love? He gonna show you up. He's coming. He's coming with some tools. Where you going? Where you going? Holy, that's a nice jacket still. Oh my gosh. Oh my
Leatherface.
gosh.
Love, think we think of that, love. Oh, what you think of that? Yeah, lover. Yeah, shout out to you, lover. Yeah, shout out to you. Shout out to you, brother. You know, I tell y'all something. I was thinking about so leather. You really do make leather. He's a what does they call that?
He's a tailor, incredible clothes, like
What is it?
from scratch. He makes the jackets. He makes a whole entire outfit. I'm gonna send you his link. Actually, let me find it. I'm gonna pull it up and
Okay.
show it right now on live. He's so
No, you
dope.
sharp, brother. Shout out to you, Leatherface. Thank you, man. Yeah, and listen. Yeah. Let me know so I can definitely support you, man. Because I'm definitely I listen,
Yeah,
man. Let me tell you something, man. I'm a dressing MFer. You know what I'm saying? At the end of
yeah.
the day, man, hell, who knows? You know what I'm saying? You start fitting me out. I say, listen, man. Hey, listen. Shout out to my man Leatherface. He put this on me. Take care of me.
Leatherface, can you
Yeah,
give
for
me
sure.
can you give me the link, or can you tell me what it is, your IG again
Yeah.
for your?
Well, I'm not on IG, but yeah. Fixer, figure that out. Figure that out. Listen, Fixer, you do all that. You do all that stuff on your time. Don't listen. This is awesome show. You listen. We're not doing all that. Go back to go. Listen. Let's get this video. We're gonna finish this video today.
I will, but he
Thank
can
you.
put it in the chats.
Yes, please do. Please do, Leather. That black generational wealth is created by one individual woman. Women don't create anything substantial for real. Women are built to nurture. And shout out to the few women who have made, a couple contributions here and there. But men specifically have shaped the world that we live in. That turn the lights on, that run our infrastructures. The very men that these women say that are no good, where they make 40 or 50 grand a year, when these are solid, strong, capable black men who would take care of them and who would receive them. But yet they say these brothers aren't enough. It's all cap, Kendra. It's all cap. I'm that guy. I've been that guy. I always win. I'm going to win again. And the woman that I'm going to marry from your show, more than likely, you'll see by the time a year goes by, I'll be in a different place. Okay, and you know about it. I just want to say this to that. Yes. You being in a shelter, life can happen to everybody. Mm-hmm. So if you're a hustler, you'll figure it out. But I want to say this about marriage, because I hear this a lot too from men. I don't watch a lot of podcasts. I don't actually watch no podcasts, to be quite honest, but I'm on Instagram, so I'll see feeds. But I've heard this comment from unmarried men before about black women need to get married. Well, who do you want her to marry? You are on record. You have two women that you have children with that you said you would have never married. So how can you judge a woman for not being a wife when black men are not marrying the women they have kids with? Kendra, I'm a man. I know that this world has told you all that we're equal, and this is not an equal question. This is a math question because I'm giving you. But hold on, you're judging.
Did you say pause?
No. I'm telling you, go ahead, Fixer. People for not being married, but yet and still you are a man that procreated with two different women that told me you would never marry. So how can you judge a woman for not being a wife when men are not marrying women they have kids with? Kendra, because it's mama's babies, papa's maybes. And it's always that way. It's mama's. Why do they say that? Because that's twofold. Mama's babies mean you're gonna have to take care of that baby if you have it. And here's the deal, but awesome. And one thing I liked about you, one thing I liked about you in the first interview, I felt like you wouldn't shy away from these direct questions. But this is a direct question. You have to give blame to men when it comes to marriage as well. Then you can't just say black women aren't wives. No, so what is there's no, you can't make that argument when you are a man that's contributing to the lack of marriages. Let me get to that, Fixter. Thank you. First of all, let me shout out Melly. Figgy, good job on the promo. You should do voiceovers. Yeah, she did a damn good job. Okay, so you saw that. Okay, great. Yes. That's facts. Thank you, Melly. Dig this here. Y'all get them damn likes up. Quit playing. Y'all stop playing with me, Smokey. That's $100. You know what I'm saying? Stop playing with me. All right. Now, dig this here. I wanna try to break this down for you all. Um, and break this down to a common denominator. Men have always been men in every race, in every time, Men have been consistently men. Men have always taken box that was offered to them. There's very few men in this planet on this planet that has passed up box, even from an ugly broad. You know what I mean? So that's that. The difference is where Kendra seems to lack understanding respectfully is these women didn't give up box without being married. See, that's the key. They have made this, they have set the standard for these men, and the standard is marry me first or no box. So there's that. They're not, now I'm not saying there's always been a whorish class or promiscuous class of women in every race. So there's always those women, the leftover women, right? Those are those women. However, the wife women, the women that are worth wifing, those women don't give up box before marriage or until being in committed relationships with men that they see a future with. In our community, there's too much promiscuity, and the women are responsible for that. They are the only one. They withhold sex. They can say, you know what, there is no box going on until I am your wife. I'm not doing that. You know what I mean? We can, you know what I mean? And so therein lies so my contribution was only a contribution, what could have never been a contribution unless the contribution was allowed. You know what I'm saying? And so now that doesn't mean that a man should go around having multiple children, but however, that does mean that, I mean, you give a man the opportunity, he will take advantage of it. And so this is why women need to protect their virtue so much. That's why we have to protect our virtue so much. Black culture doesn't support abstinence. At Leatherface, you right? You rather right. These women need some, my brother. Yes, it's true. And here's the thing, right? That's where the women have to develop. See, they've been told that they can behave like men, and now but yet they don't get the outcomes. And so therein lies the where it gets tricky, because it's like, well, wait a minute, I thought I could get X. Well, no, you really couldn't. You know what I mean? Because you are a woman, and it's not meant. A woman's body, y'all. I'm gonna tell y'all something, and I'm just gonna be real with y'all. Having sex with a woman is probably the closest thing that a man will get. A man having sex with a man having meaningful making love with his wife will be it's probably about the highest connection or the closest that a man can get to God, because the inside of a woman is it's the most precious thing on this planet. There is no greater resource, right? And these women have misused it so much so that the value has tanked out. And so, you know what I mean? And so therein lies the issue. There's too many girls who try to use promiscuity to keep men, and they don't understand that that's not the way to keep men. Okay, now hold on, Melly. Why don't y'all men set the tone and be disciplined? That's a great question, Melly. Here's your problem. The figure agrees with you. Here's the problem with that. As I told you, our very nature is to sleep with women. No man wants to not sleep. No man does not want to sleep with women. This is why I tell my daughter, don't go into the house with no man unless you're willing to go all the way. You don't go into a man's house. You don't go into his domain. You don't put him in a position like that. You don't put yourself in a position like that. You meet him out in public. You meet him, you know what I mean? Where people can be seen. He will respect you. He will treat you a certain. See, Melly, it's hard to ask men to respect women who don't respect themselves. That's the problem. So there's too much promiscuity. These women give it up, and they use they that's all a lot of them have. They have nothing else. They have nothing else to offer a man but sexuality. You can look at the pictures that they post. You can look at everything that they say. They can't offer a man anything. Shout out to the sister who was from Kendra had her on her show a couple years ago, and she went viral for saying a man asked her what did she have, and she said, I had to realize I have nothing. Now she had a fat ass, she was light skinned, but she was like, but I don't have anything. She said, I really have nothing to give this man. I work, so I'm tired. My kids need me all the time. I don't remember all of her whole spiel, but the point was I don't have anything to give to this man. So shout out to her for being self-aware. She knew what she didn't know. And a lot of times with our women, with a lot of women, they want to be combative rather than listen and get the information and then make a change. Nobody's courting. Courting is for young, virtuous women who are trying to, who have a suitor that they've identified, and he has an opportunity to be with her for a lifetime. Ain't nobody courting no 35-year-old broad with 4 kids by 3 baby daddies. He's not. Now let's stop playing. All right, women will correct their behavior if men abstained. Women will have to, now. Women will now. Here's the thing. That's a great. That's a great point. Leatherface. Men must have self control. I'm gonna tell you something, Leatherface. And I don't 100% disagree with that. I think that there's a place for that. However, if I was looking at the blame pie, right? I'm just going to slice this pie up and give blame. You know what I mean? Because first say men probably get, I would say, probably 30% of that particular pie. And the reason I'm giving 70% to women in this regard is because women control access to box. You know what I mean? And so if women said, hey, you know what? I am not going to be promiscuous with a man. I'm not going to give him myself until he makes a true commitment to me. Then you would have more men making commitments. That's, you know what I'm saying?
True.
It's hard to get around that. Those are the facts. You see what I'm saying? Now I see you said you don't agree, and that's okay. But if you can't, but I can't hold somebody accountable, and not saying here's the thing, right? When I'm saying I'm accountable for my daughter, men are accountable for the sex that they have. So if you have sex with the woman and you have unprotected sex and you have children, then that's the plot that's your lot. And then you have to deal with what comes with that. You the one came in her, you the one, you know what I'm saying, was having unprotected sex, you came in that broad, you know what I'm saying? And then what you end up doing is making a, there you go, right? So you know what I mean? And there it is, right? Okay. So there's the ownership of that. That is where your ownership lies. However, if a woman is saying to you, Leatherface, I'm not going to give you none of this box until you make a serious commitment to me, then Leatherface has to do one of two things. A, make changes, or B, don't mess with this woman. You know what I mean? So that's why I say, and the reality of it, most men are weak. Yes, they are. Like, and we definitely agree there. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? We don't disagree there. And I know you're a strong man. And I appreciate that. And so like I said, once again, I shout out to the kosher clinician. He was a guy I used to listen to on YouTube. He said we don't have to agree on all things, but he said men should unite as allies in a common cause, only to dissipate when the crisis is over. That was not me. That was the crisis. That was the kosher clinician. He was excuse me, I don't know if he still does YouTube, but he was a licensed practical therapist, and he was very good YouTuber that I used to watch. A couple years ago. Shout out to the kosher commission. Hopefully, you still doing your thing. But that was one of his lines. Once again, also don't have no problem giving no props because I didn't. You know what I mean? I didn't start this thing, and so it's my job to pass the credit. You know what I'm saying? So that's that. Okay.
I love it.
Roll that beautiful bean footage.
Okay.
Because you have children with women you did not want to marry.
Kendra, I'm gonna be married. I'm not.
But the two women you have kids with, are they married?
Hold on. Are you serious about that one though?
What did I,
I
what
can't
what?
really see. I can't really see, even though I know you think that you want your daughters and women to
Mhm.
marry, and you do promote that, and I do believe you in that regard. But
Okay.
do you yourself
Uh-huh.
see yourself? I guess you do now that you have your daughter. Yeah, I guess you do. But like when I met you, when I first knew you and met
Mhm.
you, um, I didn't see you as that guy, and I don't think you saw yourself as that guy either.
What guy?
The
Which
marrying kind.
the mankind. Oh, and, it's funny you said. I've always thought it was a great thing. You know what I mean? But when you're chasing certain goals, certain things they take precedence over others. And so, but I've always in the back of my mind, I've never given up. Anybody who knows, like even when we were in prison, I'm saying, when we would talk about these things. You know what I'm saying? So, I always, what I'm saying, appreciate that. Shout out to Melly. She says, y'all want to lead, then lead. Y'all want to lead from a place of brokenness and expect us to drive from the backs. Expect us to drive from the backseat. Okay, here's the question, Melly. Okay, y'all want to leave. Who's broken in a place of brokenness? When you're saying brokenness, what are you actually referring to? Can you give me a little bit more specifics? Who's broken? Am I broken? Are black men broken? What's broken so
Society.
we can get to some specifics. Say it again.
Society broken.
Society's broken. Well,
Culture.
I would one couldn't argue that. However, there are men that I'm gonna tell y'all something. I've seen a lot of solid. I have seen a lot of successful, solid, handsome, well dressed. Now well, I'm saying well dressed. Some of the clothing is questionable, but I've seen a lot of guys on this Pop the Balloon show. I've seen black women let a lot of these men get away, and it has been one of the weirdest things to me. Shout out to Arletta Mooley and BM. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna plug them again because I specifically like them. If y'all don't know about Pop the Loon, make sure y'all do. And like you see these women pop on men for the stupidest of reasons. I mean, I'm like, wait a minute. It's like, you know what, Figgy? Chat. I'm gonna tell you something. It's really the equivalent of somebody trying to sell you a house, right? But below market value, well, when you go inside, the fucking plumbing is off. So you like, oh, well, maybe you have to do some upkeep in the house. But it's a house that's below market value. You got the money, you can get it, but you're like, oh, well, no, fucking plumbing doesn't work. Goddamn, ceiling has a crack. Floor, needs to be waxed. You like, what? You know what I mean? So that is the issue. You know what I mean? And that's the issue. Okay, just stop preaching this ish because it's not working. You're putting too much responsibility on the woman when men are supposed to set the tone. Nelly, you're right. I'm not. Listen. I want you to know when I do agree with you, men are supposed to set the tone. Here's the issue: black men have been told that they are not supposed to set the tone. They've been told to follow women. Now, I don't subscribe to this. You clearly can see that. However, what the memo for the last 50 years is get behind your women. Your women. Let me ask you a question. Watch this. Watch this, Melly. I'm about to drop the mic on you. Who is the most known? Who's the speaker for the black community? Who is the biggest and most known speaker on YouTube for the black community? Who speaks for the black community? Right? And when you put that in there, then we'll come back. I'll come back to that. Go ahead, Figgy, roll it, please.
Okay. Hey, can you either turn your way away from that light or wipe your camera? I'm not sure what it is,
What?
but like it's just
What?
getting a glare on you.
Okay, what do you need me to do? That's my forehead is gleaming. Like what the fuck?
No, it's not. No, it's just you can't really see your face properly
Okay.
because
Yeah,
it
you can't
makes it.
miss this. Yeah, you can't. You cannot miss this. Go ahead.
Okay.
Yes. So what? No, nobody wants. No. No.
Well, nobody wants them. You want to take their kids by them.
Stop,
No, I
stop.
wanted the
Hold on,
ball.
hold on. See, you see,
I
Melly. Hey,
want
hey,
to do
hey.
that.
I didn't get a chance. I didn't get a chance to Miss Hope. I'm on this thing. I'm gonna do it. I will. Yes, ma'am. Thank you. Okay. I had to do something for Miss Hope. Now listen, my word is much bigger than YouTube. Okay. You see, Melly? Yes, but Melly, I just need you to I understand that I'm not, but I'm just asking you a question. I respectfully ask that you answer the question and then because I'm asking you for a reason. Go ahead, Figgy. Thank you.
I'm very curious to know what people think is the man, or who's representing the black community.
Yeah.
I'm really curious.
Yeah.
Um, you know, Leatherface, who do you think is representing the Black community? And you said on YouTube, like who represents the Black community on YouTube?
Yes.
Wow.
Yes. Shout out to Principal A. She's a if women have a sense of self, a man will treat them as such. If you don't let them play in capital letters with you, they won't. This is facts. That is
Yeah,
facts.
we gotta take accountability too as
That
women, you
is
know?
that is facts. Stop giving box up. Ask me again. I need more context. Yes, Melly, I'm just asking you, okay, each community has their leaders. They have the people that basically when something happens to their community, they're the ones who you hear. I don't want to lead you, so I'm just wondering who who are the loudest black
Who's the
voices.
face of culture, basically?
Yes, yes, thank you, Thank you,
Who's
Fixter.
the face of culture? For me, I would say
No,
Kanye
no, Faye,
goes
be
next.
quiet, please. Be quiet. No, I,
My,
I want to hear what she has to say, and then we'll take it from there. Because I'm doing this for a reason. I have a premise. I have a thing that's going on. I'm some percolating in this peanut ass brain of mine. Roll, please. No, Kendra, I think that there's a misconception here, and this is why, and this is why I'm here, because number one, I respect you, she but I gave me don't an answer. Hold that thought, Fixter. She gave me an. Thank you, Fixter. Leatherface, Black Feminist Speak for the Black community. You are
yeah.
goddamn right, and that's what I. That was my whole point. Thank you very much. See, I didn't want to lead anybody. Candace Owens is the loudest black voice. Black women speak for black men. Black men have been told to shut up and get out the way. I listen to Malcolm X. These today niggas can't tell me that. That's facts, Melly. So I see why you don't even know a lot of these people. So you know what I mean. But when you think about it, see the reason I shout out to Leatherface that he gets a gold star for. That's exactly what my whole point is. When you don't have men who lead, they don't know. They don't grow up as leaders. Then they don't know how. And so now you have a generation of men who are looking for leadership or don't know what to do, or so they're running behind women. I've told guys so many times, stop walking behind that broad, man. Like I've seen black men literally walking behind women like puppies. This bitch is walking up front of you, look like a straight lane, and you walking behind this broad. Like, what are you doing, bro? You like what the fuck is up with you? You walking behind this broad like a dog, and you wonder why you're laughed at and mocked. What woman could respect a man that will walk behind her? You chasing her. She didn't even respect you enough to hold your hand and sit and walk beside you. Lord have mercy. And so, and Leatherface, you're right. The black man is with, yes, as a whole, yes, I cannot. And this is why this is my mission. You know what I'm saying? This is why my mission is this, because I have to do something. I have a voice, right? And I just got so tired of looking at certain things and looking at black men in certain lights. And I'm like, why am I getting upset when I can tell my story? I can I don't have to wait on these people. Like, what am I waiting on someone else to tell the story of black men? Why am I waiting on someone else to change the narrative? I can do that. So this is why I said, you know what? To hell with the circumstances I'm in. To hell with this. I'm doing it. And so I'm glad I'm here and I can deal with everything that come with it. Roll that beautiful bean footage fixture.
I do have a question though.
Yes.
Um, I don't quite understand about Candace Owens. What's wrong with her being the voice, and is it because relating to Leatherface saying, you think she's a feminist or something?
Yes, I'm not getting off in the titles, but what I will get off into is this: she's a woman. She should never be speaking for men. Period. Women shouldn't speak for men. Men need to speak for themselves. Men needs to be at the forefront of their community. No other race of men are asked are put behind their women. It's just not happening, right? It's not acceptable. It is not proper. It is terrible. So I'm not gonna get into calling her a feminist or not, or I'm not getting into that. I'm just getting the fact that she's a woman. That's what I'm getting into. So
Do you
so that that is the issue with me.
You might not realize this, but she
Mhm.
wrote an entire book
Mhm.
actually agreeing with everything that you say.
Okay. Well,
Everything.
that hasn't been things
And
that I've seen, and
it's called make him a sandwich. That's what
okay.
it's literally
Well,
called.
she's talking about go make a white man a sandwich.
Well, I mean, here we go.
Right.
Okay,
Okay.
I'm gonna play this.
Okay. Thank you. That men and women are different. There's always been the case. There's always been double standards that benefit both genders. That's the bottom line. There's things that women can do that men cannot do, and vice versa. Men live with that every day and they accept it. Women are the ones who have a problem accepting the reality of their fate, especially when they sit around, pop these babies out. I'm not taking care of your bastard baby. I don't care nothing about it. That's that. Anybody who signs up for it, I said it. If you don't like it, then that's up to you. But it would be like me asking Kendra, you're a very successful woman. It would be like asking you to pay full price for a used car. So, okay, like what? Who would pay full price for a used car? So, okay, so let me ask you this. So, yes, ma'am. If any man dated your baby mamas, yes, you think he's a sucker? Absolutely. Absolutely. And let me tell you, and Kendra, you know what? Just to keep it, you really want some content? I'm going to keep it real with you. I'm going to keep it all the way real with you. Today is my mother's birthday.
Oh, man.
It would have been my mother's 65th birthday.
Oh, man.
Am I saying that right? She's born in 59, 65th. So 331, and I love my mother. I love her dearly. My father should have never married her. Let me say that again. My father should have never married my mother. It was a bad bet. Why was it a bad bet for your father to marry your mother? Great question. Because my father killed my mother September 6, 2006. And then he killed himself. I was in prison doing time in the hole. I allegedly still I did. I stabbed a guy in the eye, you know what I'm saying, about a fight, about a basketball game, and some stupid stuff. They put me in the hole in Berrigan. I got a call September 12th. September 12th, 2006. It was a bad bet because one of the children that she popped out, one of those bastards, played a game of Mickey Mouse, played a game that they should have never played between our parents. And she didn't do it, but she played a role in it. So this is another. So that story I was telling you about why I don't do it, they're unappreciative stepchildren. You never get full value. There's you get all of the responsibility, but none of the credit. It's always the black woman that gets lifted up. Oh, my mama did this. Stepdaddy came through being a sucker. We just needed him for his paycheck. You see, black men take this bet. We're the only race of men that are told to take this stupid ass bet and say, hey, take this leftover broad. Take this broad who thinks that she deserves a man after she's been dragged through the mud. We're the only race of men that are told that. No other race of men accept these women, Kendra. They don't. And that's facts. Well, can I say this also? Absolutely, you may, okay, man. Stop that for a minute, Fixture, please, because I'm sure everybody has a lot of questions there. And there was people, I've heard people, they reached out, you know what I'm saying, and they said condolences, and I want you to know I appreciate it. First of all, it's not, I would never expose anything like that if I thought that I could be harmed, if I thought it could hurt me. I don't come on and trauma dump. I'm not even, it's not even an emotional thing. It's just very practical, right? I'm very cold. I'm very calculated with it. It was a bad bet. Okay. It's not the end of the world. I don't want anybody apologizing. I don't want the mood to change or anything like that. I don't want to, you know what I mean? Because in the end, no one here was responsible. So no one here has to hold any accountability for it. There isn't, and when Mr. He's got trauma, he needs to look here, man. I'm a man. There's no such thing as not having trauma when you are a man. You know what I mean? My goal is to be able to alleviate that from this little girl. You know what I mean? So that way she can grow up in a life that she doesn't even understand. You know what I mean? What has happened to me. She didn't understand what a lot of girls like when they're talking to her about this. She's like, "What? Like that really happens to people?" You know what I mean? Like she's so prissy and under like, what? You know what I mean? Gizmo, like she's just lost. Like, I didn't know people live like this. That would be the best situation for me. However, when it comes to dealing with things, men have to men have to be there's going to be things that are going to happen. And I shared that story specifically because it was her birthday. So I really didn't plan on it initially. However, that was the ultimate trump card for me. You know what I'm saying? So when I'm watching these people and they're telling black men to take bets that no other race of men should take, and they're telling guys, you know what, this is a good bet. Like take this woman and take on these bastard, funny looking ass kids. You know what I'm saying? And that you know what I mean? Because that's what they are. Take these bastards on. They don't want to listen. Listen, no, there's no such thing. You're all get out of your bag. Okay. We have to stop getting out of our feelings. Your feelings are not helping you in this matter. We understand we have feelings, but we need to be able to control them, and we need to be able to look at things for what they are and not for what we wish them to be. That's men specifically. So any man who signs up for that, and now there are a couple circumstances that may be that absolutely don't qualify. And let's say if a woman is a young D4, a young, excuse me, a young widow, and she's lost her husband at a young age, and she has found another suitor. You know what I mean? And he decided to come along, and you know what I mean. But maybe that could be a different circumstance. I wouldn't call her a leftover broad. You know what I mean? I wouldn't. I wouldn't
Or,
particularly say it again.
or I don't want to interrupt you, but I have an or.
Okay, go ahead. Go ahead. Well, go ahead. Go ahead.
Um,
It's no problem.
like in Islam, this is normal. This is normal practice. But they also have a different moral compass than a
Yes.
lot of just wayward people.
Yes.
But they do that. They do it. They're actually supposed to do that. No woman is
Who?
supposed to be without a man
What?
who
What? What?
has
What? What? Who? What coach? Who? What? Wait, hold
Islam
on. What are you saying?
in Muslims. So
Muslims
if a
marry women that have children by other men.
absolutely. Like if they don't have a father for those children, the man can marry the woman so he can be
And
like the father.
figure. That's figure. What Islam are you referring to? What Islam are you
Mus-
referring to where men marry
Muslim,
these women?
pretty much all Muslims, pretty much all of them.
Figure, see that? You see what I'm saying? See, this is where you get in trouble because see, here you go doing these things that figure that's not true. That is absolutely 100% false. Those men do not. Those men are some of the most stoic, serious-minded, and disciplined men. They do that. That is frowned upon in every culture except the black community in America. It is 100% frowned upon. These women are not married. These women are like a lot of times these women are left to their own devices. Unless the community will help. Let's say when your husband goes off to war or something like that. And, he loses his life in battle, and she's a young woman. I'm not now. Obviously, there is no such thing as every or all. Once again, I have to 100% clear that up because there is no such thing as every or all. I think we're all adults enough to understand that. But in mass, no, no, that's no. I'm not quite sure. But like I said, once again, we can discuss that. You know what I'm saying? Later time, what we'll do is do a little bit of research. And then you know what I mean. We can always come back and compare and contrast notes. We can do that. You know what I mean at a later time. How's that sound?
Fine, but I also think it's in the
Okay.
way that you said it. It's like let's say if they lost a husband,
Yes.
if he died or something, then it's like it's their duty to be with that woman, to because she's not supposed to be without a man in her life. Like I know Muslims who are
Yes.
I don't remember which, if it's not Sufi, it might be
Hmm.
Sunni, but
Soon.
where it's like he's like, I have to marry this woman because I don't know what happened to her husband, but
Okay.
something must have happened. And so he's like, I don't really, it's not that he didn't really want to, he's like,
Yes.
he doesn't want to take on another wife because
Right.
that's another expense. But he was saying like she lost her husband, so I have
Hmm.
to, you
Okay.
know.
Well,
It's
listen,
kind
I
of
don't know about the word have. Okay, that means obligation. So
an
that kind of.
obligation. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
I don't know about a man being obligated to another man's seed. You know what I mean. But however, I'll say this. Let me see, principal. Let's see, Leatherface. Those kids need a good man in their life as well. Listen, they do, but they said maybe if you want a mentor or something like that. But to 100%, to accept financial and personal responsibility for people who are not of your bloodline, I just don't think it's smart, right? So that's what I'm saying. But like I say, Leatherface said he would. Let me see those kids. Let me see. Shout out to Leatherface because I have a kid. I relate more to single mom. Yeah, yeah. Listen, Leatherface, I want you to know I'm not 1,000%. I'm not. Listen, these are just my thoughts, right? So you're not, you know what I mean. So you're not beholden to that. You know what I'm saying? And who's to say my way is not 100% right? You know what I mean? This is just we're just giving you awesome's perspective. Okay. So, if I wish any man the best in what he does. You know what I'm saying? Whatever that may be, you know what I mean? However it may look. If this is what you desire, I want you to have what you want. I just want the cautionary tale that I put out and the information out. So that way, whatever you decide is what you decide. And you know what I mean? And let let the chips fall when they may. Roll that beautiful being, put his figure. Let's get through this thing
Mhm.
please.
Well, first of all, I think knowing the backstory of what happened with your parents explains you more to me. I mean, that's very traumatic. The fact that your father killed your mother, and trauma shows up in all different ways. So I feel like there's a lot of deep things, and now I understand your mindset more. But in the conversation of the leftover conversation, I would challenge that and say other races are big on marrying the women they have kids with. So other races pick women that they can marry and be the mother to their kids. So if black men just picked women that they could marry to have kids with, they wouldn't have to pick a leftover woman as you described it by somebody else's leftovers. I think what happens is, and I don't know all the statistics, so I'm not going to break it down in that way with numbers, but we are a race of people that have gotten very comfortable with procreating without marriage. It kind of is what it is. But in other races, no. Once you have a child with somebody, you're marrying her. That's the system, and that's what it is. So this leftover comment, how about this? Just pick a woman that you can marry and have children with, and you won't fall in the category of finding a leftover woman. Great. That's great, Kendra, but it's unrealistic, and I'll tell you why. Because men have always, since the beginning of time, wanted box. It's up to women to protect their virtue. Let me say this, Kendra. My daughter is married because of me. Shout out to my baby. Hey, baby. Daddy love her. My 26-year-old daughter, I got 3 grandbabies. She was a baby mama, but she listened to her daddy and married the father of her children, and she's been happier. She said, Daddy, I'm finally living in my purpose. My daughter didn't always like me, Kendra. She didn't like me because she didn't understand exactly what I was telling her. But as life started to befall her, she said, he's the man that I need to go to that I need to go to for help and assistance. He has the answers. There's no question that my daughter's going to come to me with that her daddy don't have the answer. Her life is much better because she has decided. She listened to her daddy. I sent her the money to go straight to. They went to Justice of the Peace. $50. Kendra, I couldn't be prouder. Let me say that again. I couldn't be prouder of my daughter because she listened to daddy. She didn't take after the advice and the ways of her hood rat ass mother who wanted to see her fail. Her mother plotted and planned to see her fail, and now she's suffering, and it brings me great joy to see it. Nothing tickles my heart more than seeing my enemies get what they deserve. So, you had a whole child with the woman you're talking about, sir. Yeah, I did. Yeah, I couldn't care less. So this is what I always say here, because I believe in law of attraction. I want to give you something else. So I want to tell you something why I say, because since I'm being so honest, I want to give you this as well. Okay. This is going to be your best interview, Kendra, and so just kind of let me cook. I promise you'll appreciate me later. Kendra, when about 2020, I got out of prison again to say, I think it was 15. I got out in 15. I started doing good by about the middle of 15. I went to go see my daughter. She was turning 16 years old. Her birthday's in January. Hey, pumpkin.
I went to see her because I had missed her birthday, so I went for spring break. That's what it was. I was gonna take her shopping. I had a pocket full of money. I'm sorry, Pumpkin. They're Daddy Pumpkin too. You know you Daddy Pumpkin too. Yeah. I went to go see her and go take her shopping. When I get to the door, Kendra, she's in her clothes. Her bathing clothes. Her bedroom clothes. I'm like, baby, why are you not dressed? I come look in the room. She had this boy, right, spending the night. Her mother was allowing her to sleep with this man, unprotected, in her own house, knowing what could happen. She literally poisoned my. See, we don't want to talk about this stuff, Kendra. We don't want to talk about the black women that are jealous of their black daughters for their youth and beauty and poison them. See, we're going to get real here. I'm that guy. You got the wrong one on here, not you specifically, Kendra. I want you to know I'm not never speaking specifically to you. I'm just talking to you. You got the wrong one here. I fought for my daughter in court. Them white devils wouldn't even give me an opportunity to be a father. I told them blank them instead. She did everything in order to undermine me, in order to see her daughter fail, and she couldn't wait. And I, for one, can't be happier to see that my daughter rose above it. I'm so proud of her. I'll hate her mother to the day I die. Oh, boy. And that's what it is. Do I hate her mother? No. I pity her mother. That one, I hate her guts, and I wish nothing but the ill will on her.
Awesome. Okay. Awesome. Have you ever gone to therapy?
A lot going on there, Figgy.
No,
real men don't. Because I want to let it cook for a minute. I want to do answer principle A. Life happens though; it's your choice. But everyone needs support and help in some way. What if you died and Gizmo had an opportunity for a great step? That there's no man that could ever love my daughter like I. So I hope that answers your question. He could never love her like I, because she come from me. She is of my loins. So no man could ever compare in that regard. The only man I'll be the greatest man that she'll ever meet, and that's the way it should be for every. And I want that for every young black woman. Melly, I want to do okay. Okay. Now I want to answer a couple things, because there were some people that thought that I was still in love with her and I wanted her mother. No, nothing could be further from the truth. I haven't been with her since my daughter was conceived. That was back in 1998. Okay, so that clears that up. I have absolutely no interest in the woman. The only thing that I could not ever forgive was how she poisoned my daughter, and luckily my daughter rose above it, right? But then the guy she's talking about in there, I would be remiss if I didn't mention he's her husband now. Okay. So the guy that I was talking about is actually her husband now. So let me say that. But this is what happens when if she did not have me to help her navigate this situation, it would have ended a lot worse for her. But yet it did not. So I was able to pull, with the help of the creator, he put the right words within me, because she was going to leave him. She was in the homeless shelter. You know what I'm saying? She was leaving him. This was before I'm still in West Virginia. I'm like, Pumpkin, what are you doing? Something told me to reach out to her, y'all, because we hadn't talked for years. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, because she would know. She was posting a lot of things on social media. I'm like, baby, you got to stop posting your business on social media. I'm like, my daughter need me. Let me reach out to this girl. And we began to kick it, and stuff started to unfold, and I just seen her open up, and I realized how much she's like me as well. You know what I mean? And she needed guidance. Now at that point, I want to make this clear, Figgy, chat. I could have made it about me. I could have said, fuck that nigga. I didn't like him no way. Do you? You don't need no man. You don't need him. You can do it by yourself. Right? Because that's the narrative that's always pushed. But how does that help my daughter and her children? Right? How does she benefit with that mindset? She employed the tactics that I gave her, which we'll get into those on another date, Figgy. You know what I'm saying? I'll give those out as well. She was married within, I don't know, 40 some days after she went back home. And she has been happy ever since. We don't speak often because he doesn't even know I was behind it. Right? And
Does
so,
now.
say it again. Well, ain't nobody. Well, I ain't big enough. Nobody cares. About me. You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
so, right. Well, yeah. But I could not be prouder of her. I 100% want to say that. I could not be prouder of her. And so that is one of my, that is one of my best accomplishments, is helping that child get to where she needed to. And me hating her mother, yes, I hate. I know Leatherface does not like that word, and that's okay. Leatherface, I hate. Yes, I do. Hate has been very helpful to me. Now, hate can also consume a man and destroy him, but it can also be it can also be it can also bring him fruit if he uses it properly. Shout out to Principal A. Some mothers are jealous of their daughters. That's true. That's facts. Roll that beautiful bean footage, please, Vicky.
Hate is a cancer, by the way, in the laws of the universe.
Yeah, that's another thing, Kendra. I take my problems to the creator. I don't go to therapy. I don't go spilling my guts. If there's pain, if there's something that I need to address, I address it with the creator. But I don't forgive or forget. I'm a man, Kendra. I'm very stoic. I'm just being blunt with you on your platform and giving these clowns, these silly cousins that you have, exactly what they were looking for. These weak black men who gossip like women, who think that it's okay to, man, you can tell a woman how you feel, and it's okay. Everything is feel, Kendra. That's the word. Feel. You a sucker, dog. I don't go to my daughter with feelings. I don't come to my woman with my feelings. I'm coming with results. Hold on, Fixer. You got something going on there. You got something. Let me let you percolate. You got something going
Nothing.
there.
No, it's
Oh,
just you. Sometimes when you say things, it penetrates through to the soul, and it's almost like, oh my God. So when you're like, feel, oh my God, like I don't know, you know how to make your words penetrate. I'll say
because
that.
this is facts. Hold on one second. I want to shout out Guyana. A lot of mothers, especially the ones who had their kids at an early age, tend to be jealous of the younger. That's facts. That's big facts. Leatherface does not agree. Leatherface. That's the good thing about being men. We don't have to always agree on everything, so that's okay. He said a bad tree cannot produce. A bad tree can't bear good fruit. I think that's 100% true. But I think I'm a very good. I don't think you're calling me a bad tree. You know what I'm saying? But I am who I am, and I think I think for everything that I've been through, I think I'm a pretty solid man. I don't think you're throwing no shade though, there, but I think you definitely have a point there. Can you share what half your siblings did that caused what happened with your parents? Yes, Miss Deeds, I will do that, but that's going to take a while, and I really want to get through this video. You know what I'm saying? But yes, we'll save that for another live. Yes, I will. Make sure you tap back in, hit that like button, get them likes up, y'all. Well, I only got 9 likes, but 15 of y'all. Come on, man, y'all can count. Go ahead, Fixter. I'm going to win. And like I said, once again, I'm not going to get all the way into it. But when I pop back up on you, if you'll allow, respectfully, you're going to be like, man. So I would say this. I want to see you do well in life, right? So I don't have any ill will intentions. I know you don't. I would love to see you go off in life and do better. You're changing your life around. I do want to say this. I've been meaning to say this. I don't think that black women don't like to see you be a father to your child. Black women love to see men father their child. Kendra, respectfully, Kendra, I'm not being disrespectful, but you don't know what you're talking about in this regard. Only because I'm living it. Kendra, you would be surprised at the black women that have tried to undermine me with my daughter. I literally had CPS call me earlier today. Kendra, they do everything, and I'm not going to get into it. I still love black women, and that's the thing. I'm so real. I'm not bitter. I'm not a woman. I don't get bitter. I'm not jaded. I still want a black woman. I'm going to get her. Like I said, I think I might know her. Shout out to you, baby.
You're so
okay, because we got a lot of super chats.
I figured.
All right, and we also, I do want to get the other guests on the show. So let's me go through these super chats.
Yes, ma'am.
I have my new phone, guys, so don't kill me if I can't.
Can I say something real quick?
Yes.
It has nothing to do with anything besides the
Okay.
fact, like you and Kendra would do really well if you guys did an actual reaction video together, like because your opinions. I mean, she has strong opinions, and a lot of them are actually really good. And you have strong opinions, and yours are incredible. They're like gold. And it would be really interesting. Like, I think it would be better to have Kendra and you rather than me and you. To be honest, I think it would be great for Kendra. Like everyone would tune in because the people just love you. They love you, and they love her too. You know what I mean? And it would be two complete polar opposites. You know what I mean? But I don't know how that would work.
That's not, what is Chad? Chad, what do you? I never thought about that. Chad, what do you think about that? Kendra and I doing a reaction video. That never even crossed my mind.
That
You know
would
what I
be
mean? And
really
Kendra, and
cool.
she's really huge, and you know what I'm saying. Is another. I wouldn't be against it though. You know what I'm saying? I
I
wouldn't be
think
against
that
it, and she know.
I also think that she is taking a liking to you, even though she's done a lot of videos on you. I like
Okay.
just like everyone. I think we all have the same feeling. It's like you've got so much to you that's just so rare and so amazing, but we're scared. We're just scared, like, proceed with caution. Do you know what I
Okay.
mean?
Okay.
Like
Yeah.
because you are a bull in a china shop, but a bull nonetheless, and we need a bull on our side sometimes. You know what I mean? Like we all want a bull to be
Well,
our friend.
I'll tell you what. We got to chat. We got 13 in the chat. We done lost a few. Listen. Anybody agrees with Figgy, put a one in the chat. You know what I'm saying? If y'all think Melly says I agree, I haven't heard it. I got a Goyana. She's giving me. She's laughing. Not we scared. Yeah, she said we scared. Kendra's life got a wig over. Kendra, we ain't got a life over. So
Oh my gosh.
oh man, I am never scared. Principal A said she ain't okay. Say less, say less, say less, sister.
You
Listen,
guys,
hey, listen, y'all put a one in the chat. You know what I'm saying? If y'all think that Kendra and I should do a reaction video together, and you know what I mean, and, who knows, maybe at some point in time, we can do that. I think we would. I think that
oh, it would be so good. It would be so good.
I'm not gonna change. Ain't nobody gonna tell me what the fuck to say. I'll be goddamn if I'm gonna be. You know what I'm
But
saying?
she's
So
like that too, though. So I don't know how that would work. Like she'd be like, you ain't telling me what to say." It would be so crazy.
hey, look at Melly. I'm laughing. Melly got me. I think it's what Zach said. He has a warrior spirit. We see that. We also know this nigga's nuts. hey, shout out
Yeah.
to you, Melly. Melly said, well, okay, well, y'all go over there and let Kendra know. I mean, hey, who knows? Maybe y'all start a groundswell, right? Who knows?
Yeah.
Go ahead. Go ahead, Fixer.
We should plant the seed in her head. I think
Hey.
she would do it, to be honest with you, except only under her terms, though. You would have to go under her terms. I don't know. You could do that, but
Okay.
then you'd probably go left at some point.
Well, what would be? Well, obviously, I don't know. I wouldn't know her terms, but it put like this. I couldn't do anything where I couldn't be me. Like I wouldn't put
Yeah.
myself in the, you know what I mean, into anything like that.
I think she would accept you to be you, of course.
Okay,
I
but
think she
then that would be, if that were the case, then that, you know what I mean. But go ahead, Fixer. Let's try to get through this because, like I said, it's after 10, and I want to try
100%
to,
again, my good brother. Keep pushing the
peace.
truth and power. Shouts out to you, Kendra. But the brother is on point. We real men only want virtuous women, not a boss chick. Marriage is the key to success. Hey, listen. I totally understand. I'm not saying I have to want a boss chick. I'm not saying that, but I'm saying there's no way you can support my show and diss boss chicks because as a woman, I had to fight, as a man would say, to build this brand. So that's all I'm saying. If you don't want to marry, that's fine. But to act like you're not benefiting off of a boss chick, that's going too far for me. Because you have a comment to make if it wasn't for a boss chick. May I respond to that? You can. Okay. Well, first of all, I think you.
I gotta let somebody else in here, so I'm gonna go ahead. Y'all keep doing what y'all do.
Chicago. I know where you're from, and I know you specifically, but I've always followed you because I have a lot of respect for what you've done. It's not necessarily that men have a problem with the money. It's the attitude that comes with the money. It's the sense of you can usurp my authority, but yet you want me to put my life. Kendra, let me ask you a question. What do you think the number one role of a man is? Number above all else. There's a lot of things. I mean, provider always comes to mind first. Okay, that would be wrong. The number one goal of a man is to bring order to chaos. Before God said anything, before he said let there be light, there must be order. So that means a man what? Must be in order with himself, with his creator. Get in line with that. Then he gets his woman in line. The children fall in line. Every race of people understand this, except these silly, dumb people over in this country who don't agree. That's because you're stupid. You're stupid, and I said it. Kendra didn't say it. I said it. You're stupid. Well, I want to say one thing real quick about the fall line. This is what it actually makes me sad, but this is where the disconnect I think happens with the black community. Yes, what happens is this: black women, especially if they have their own coin, right? Yes. Let's just go back in the day when there was a lot of things I think black men or people have been cheating and other babies have been created for decades, right? But there was a time when women necessarily didn't have money, they didn't have the opportunity, and it was also frowned upon to leave your husband over cheating. Also, there was no social media. So even if your husband was cheating back in the 50s or 60s, you didn't have Facebook to document it and deal with the embarrassment component that will come with that. You didn't find out to the funeral. Also, there was a time when women couldn't even get bank accounts, right? So now, as time progressed, women, we have been able to support ourselves financially. So when you have a woman who can support herself financially, the question then becomes, why would she tolerate somebody's bullshit, right? If hold on, I'm gonna let you respond. Okay. But so I feel like the challenges that men might have with a boss chick or a woman that has money, it's hard to control her because the leverage isn't there. A lot of times you guys control women through finances. This is no judgment. I'm not judging anybody. But if you have finances over a woman, how can she leave? She probably can't financially leave. So now you have a boss chick who can financially support herself if you walk out that door. So the question becomes, do I want to deal with this man who I might not be, who might be killing me spiritually? Like, yeah, you might provide, but am I dying inside spiritually being connected with you? So sometimes it's okay for a girl, no, not sometimes. I'm a person that will believe it's better to be healthy by yourself than to be attached to toxic and chaos.
Yes. Great point, Kendra. Here's your biggest, here's where your argument is flawed. Faintly. They're not you. Let me say this. Y'all not Kendra. Daughter, cover your ears. You black bitches, both of y'all make $27,000 a year. You don't make no money. Okay,
Kendra's face is hilarious.
Kendra don't like that, so I apologize. You don't make no money. Like, here's the thing. Here's the thing, Kendra. They're not you. And so for the few successful black women who continuously talk this, these phony bras who come on your show talking about they make $100,000, it's all cap. It's all cap, Kendra. It's all cap. It's all phony. So they come on here saying these things. I'm sorry, Pump. You want to go sweep? Okay. That whole. I know. She love her daddy. Come on, lay down. See, look at me. I know. You want, okay, you want a bottle? Hold on, Kendra. Let me get her a bottle for 1 second.
Okay, why don't you get the bottle? Let me get through some of these super chats.
Okay, go ahead. I'll listen.
This one says, Kendra, please add Russell or Zach to the line. I need to see him have a conversation with other men.
Picture yourself in the Lululemon globe type.
Biggie, oh my God.
Anyways.
I mean, listen, if you think, first of all, I like Zach. Shout out to Zach Book. I like Zach Book. If you think a white man can tell me anything, you a fool. That part.
I'm gonna try to put that. Oh, the baby. Yeah, I was trying. So something's going on with the
My
super chat.
cat is going off.
Oh, here it is. Okay, yeah.
Cat. She got the freakiest cat I've ever seen in my life.
And one thing I did, and I love Russell, but I did learn that a lot of black men don't want to hear from Russell from this platform.
Let me tell you why, Kitchen. I want to explain this specifically. Because you can't tell me anything when you haven't walked in my shoes. The opportunity, put it like this, if you're not successful when you're a white man in this country, you wasted your whiteness. Everybody knows a black man has to work twice as hard in order to get half as much. Kendra, let me say this. I've been paying for felonies that I did back when I was a teenager. A white man who was convicted of 33 felonies now sits at the president of the United States, and he never did a day. He never took responsibility for nothing. So people need to stop trying to act like, and I'm gonna tell you something else too, Kendra. If I were white, I noticed when Zach was, let me say this. When your man Russell is on here, I remember, oh God, they eat him up. But let me tell you black women something. He don't like you. He not taking you home. He not taking your loud, masculine, big mouth ass no man. He not taking you. I'm just telling you the real. The best thing you can do is be honorable, humble
Get them
yourself.
likes up, y'all. Y'all better quit, man. Y'all better stop playing with my likes.
Okay, well, let's get some more, but
set the chat
people
down.
understand how it would
Stop
be a
pausing,
challenge
Figgy.
in some of the ways we speak.
Hey, Figgy, this what the big YouTubers say. I'm gonna set the chat down. I'm gonna shut down 2 of y'all. What the fuck I'm doing? Listen, man, y'all gotta get them likes up, man. Stop playing with my likes, man. Listen, here's the thing, man. When you obviously y'all hear me go on these tangents, and I mean everything I said. You know what I'm saying? And I want y'all to know I call white bitches bitches too. I'll call a bitch in a minute. You know what I'm saying? And that's just that's how I talk. I call it like I see it. Do I, is it a word that I'm uncomfortable using? No. Is it a word that I'm ever stop using? Probably not. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to recognize when I'm going to call it like I see it. Do I speak that way when I'm in the presence of true classy women? No. There's a totally different energy there. But however, when I'm talking to unrealistic, Kendra, I don't know a lot of YouTube channels. Kendra probably has one of the most delusional channels, as far as her followers. If anybody can tell me who would be a more delusional fan base, and you know what I'm saying, like in terms of the people that follow her. You know what I mean? Like who's more, and her whole platform, and she has to defend these people. And you'll see I picked up on that a little bit later, and she smiled. You'll peep that in a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Like, because I get it. Kendra's audience is built off of single black women who've made the worst decisions with the worst people possible, and then think that all of a sudden they can just somehow be renewed because they said so. Yeah, okay. Go ahead, Fixter. Let it roll.
May I, can I play one thing? Because I want to get your opinion on something, actually. I don't know if you even
Oh,
saw
oh,
them.
we got a couple people in here. Hold on, we got some new people in here. The audacity of you throwing rocks from a damn shelter. Yeah, it's kind of interesting, ain't it? That is something, ain't it? Shout out to you, T. Two L's. Yeah, you got to point that. It is something.
Oh my God, the
Yeah, that's
audacity.
the audacity. He's audacious, motherfucker. You right too, sir. Do you take medication? No, I do not take medication. And Leatherface, women do not take accountability. We already know that. I mean, that's they. And I'll something say something else too, Leatherface.
I
I'm going
take
to tell you something.
accountability.
I want to tell you something, Leatherface. I'm going to give you some game. I'm going to give you some game here. Accountability is not for women. Let me say that again. Accountability overall is not for women. See, here's the thing, Leatherface. When men, there's a such thing as being a man of your word. Why is that a thing? Because you told me you were going to do something and you looked me in the eye. We don't say person of their word. We don't say woman of their word. We say, are you a man of your word? And I expect you to do what you say you're going to do. If my daughter is helpful, see, we see she's beautiful, right? So she's got that going for her. She's helpful and she's virtuous. She can find a man. Period. She said, I'm saying she doesn't have to be accountable. Accountability is for us. Accountability is for men. That's a masculine thing. Now, if you can find a woman who can take accountability, that's great, right? But the majority of women have a hard time apologizing. The majority of women have a hard time admitting, any type of fault. That's why we call them delusional. You know what I mean? So, and so that's why, you know what I mean? Accountability is really, and see, this is I get what you said, accountability is for everyone. You are what you attract. That's about listen, okay, I'll tell you what. I'm a very, very masculine man. You're not, you are what you attract. I'm a masculine man and I attract feminine women. So that law of you are what you attract. I don't know where that really comes about. That's some type of YouTube talking point that has come around. I'm not quite sure about that. Men have to do what they have to do. It's not hard unless they act like women, which most do. That's facts. That's facts. Please, sir, please become more HQ reacts. Sir, please become more humble. You have no room for this nonsense. Instead of looking for a man who understands his position, instead of looking like a man who understands his position, you just look really goofy out here. And the Kevin Samuels look is way off. Okay, well, HQ, maybe you just meeting me. I've been dressing like this for years. I've always dressed like this even before my circumstances, so I don't let the circumstances make me. And humble I am, but I'm extremely, extremely serious about black masculinity. So I'm gonna always stand on that. I will never allow my circumstances to ever dictate me. I'm just not that type of guy. And this is what I want black men to understand is that you don't have to have money to have women. All you have to do is be a man. Be a man, and an opportunity will find you. And so this is why I do a lot of what I do, and so that's why I say what I say and speak what I speak, because I don't really care about no smoke like that. So, that would be my, but I do appreciate your comment. Do you think I look good though? Like, what do you think? I mean, I didn't really stand up. It's really a little loose on me, this part, but you got to pull it back. You know what I mean? This, that, and the third. I'm trying to say I really look good. That's the kingpin. Not, I don't know if you know that. You know what I'm saying or whatnot. But I've been dressing like this for years though. I've been dressing like this for years. This isn't anything new. I wear the finest leather shoes. You know what I'm saying? I get him spit the shout out to my man, Mr. James, down at the hub. He shines my shoes up. You know what I'm saying? Something glorious. Y'all ever at the hub downtown in Atlanta, go see my man, Mr. James. He'll take care of you. Tell him Awesome sent you. The guy from the shelter. Now, go ahead. Roll.
Oh my God. I do you really think that accountability is for males? I would hate to
Yes.
give women an excuse for
Yes.
that, to get away
No,
with
no,
that.
no, no,
And
no.
here's
It's,
another
it's
thing.
not. It's
Hold on.
not that,
Here-
Fixter.
One
Fixter.
more
Let me.
thing. one
Go
more
ahead.
thing.
Yes.
I
My
do
apologies.
find that barely any men take
Right.
accountability as
Yeah.
well.
Well, like I said, where we're at a lack, it's definitely at a low, at an all time low, right? But here's the thing about why I say that, because men cannot be delusional, especially black men. Like the world is going to tell you exactly what it mean, what it thinks of you, right? You know what I'm saying? But being a delusional woman is not. It's not most, because most women are silly. They're goofy. You know what I'm saying? They're fickle. You know what I mean? They tend to say things that don't make sense, and people put that off. But when you're a man, you have to be a much more of a thinker. You have to be able to find you have to be able to find your niche. You have to be able to make things happen. Otherwise, you know what I'm saying? And shout out to me. I get paid in a little bit. I got that piece of money coming in. I get paid that piece of check, y'all. Shout out to my little $700 and something dollars. I hope I get that. You know what I'm saying? I should get that direct deposit. Figure, you want something? You want me to buy you something? I'm balling on tomorrow. Tomorrow
What?
payday.
Oh my gosh, this is crazy.
Tomorrow is
Um,
payday.
I have a question, if you
Yes,
don't mind, because when
yes.
I watched this, and I know you didn't watch this yet,
Okay.
or did you? Did you watch this? This little live
Okay.
reaction that they did on you?
No, you mentioned it. I didn't have an opportunity to let me see. Okay, wait a minute. I find it hard to accept that you like black women. You have smoke for a black baby mama, but no smoke for Becky. This is unbelievable part. You supposed to love her. That's a great question, HQ. I want to address that. I have smoke for her because of literally the poison that she tried to indoctrinate my daughter, and how she did everything from the system to keep me from her, how she played games that were life threatening, how she let her sleep with her ultimate husband now under her roof when she was 16 years old. Now, we all snuck and had sex when we were children, but there was no way your parents should ever allow it under their roof. And she did it specifically because my daughter was beautiful and she wanted to see her fail. She was a straight A student basically without even trying. So there's that. My daughter should have been a lawyer. She's so intelligent and bright. Well, one day, as things progress up, this and the third, I'm going to bring her on, and you know what I mean, see if she's interested, because she loves her daddy now. She'll eat out of my hand. So, and I don't, and another thing too about her mama is that I don't have much smoke for her because I pity her. Becky, she's not. I pity her because she's more. It's more of a sad case. You don't kick people when they down, Becky. Not Becky. Excuse me. Who am I talking to? I said HQ reacts. So that's why I don't, I don't have smoke for. Is this heating? Is this heating too?
Oh, hold on. I see what's going on here.
Yeah.
I see what's going on
What?
here. The reason why you have so many trolls is because of this channel right here, who's doing a live on you
Oh,
right
okay.
now.
Okay.
And yeah, I think that's why they're all over here. They're all shout out to this guy because he keeps blowing you up. So that's bad press is
Okay.
good.
Yeah, I'm not tripping. Shout out to you, brother. Do your thing. My child after me, that means this child is this. I do this thing correctly. That's the only way I'm going to do. I'm not going to court. I'm not fighting for custody. I'm not going to allow white people to tell me when I win, when I can, and when I can't see my child. And they done set up some type of, we're beefing, going back. I said, I'm telling you right now, that's not going to happen. So that's why that didn't happen. Okay, so that, I hope that answers your question to that. But I got smoke for anybody that got smoked with me. HQ reacts, and that's facts. Now, if you don't like that, then I don't know what to tell you, but that's the honest truth. Roll that beautiful being footage, Fixter.
Uh,
Curfew
yeah.
lights out. Not yet. Tune in. Not yet. 2 L's. Curfew. I do have to go to work in the morning. I told you I get that piece of money. I get paid in the morning. You know what
This
I'm
is
saying?
funny. I love this. They're live right now talking about you.
So sad because
Okay.
men like this put women like her at the negotiating
Yeah,
table
this is
and
so
tell her
fun.
to convince him of her worthiness. And that's an absolutely not.
Do you see what that comment says?
No, what?
What did
No.
what did the comment say?
It says,
HELL no.
I
you
can't see it.
think You think Kendra is coddling him because of sympathy or because she knows he'll snap if she puts a, how do I do this?
Coddling who?
You puts a, I can't see because this
Who's
thing is
Kendra
in.
coddling? I'm sorry. You know I don't understand.
Someone is asking if they think that Kendra is coddling
Okay.
you because of sympathy or because she's scared.
Okay, they just asked. I don't know. Listen, I'm not interested. Listen, shout out to the brother. I wish him the best. You know what I'm saying? Brother, if you interested, man, contact Figgy. Get in contact with her, and you know what I mean. Maybe we can, make something happen. I'm not.
Actually,
Like I said,
he did
I'm
mention he
interested.
wanted to.
Say it again. My apologies.
He did mention that he wanted to do a live with you.
Okay, that may be possible. That absolutely may be possible. Reach out
I,
if he reaches out. You know what I'm saying. We'll take it. But I'll tell you this. I'm really
yeah,
not interested in. I'm only interested in telling it. You know what? I'm not gonna speak on that. We'll see what the let me retract that and rethink that. Figgy, you let me know, and then we'll take it from there. Figgy, let's
yeah.
go ahead now. Let's go ahead and get through this thing because I got to
Now,
get.
okay, this is really important to me because you haven't seen this. I want you to just take a look at this. It's very short, and
Okay.
just listen to what Zach has to say. Just everything. Take it in, and then I want to hear your response from all this.
Okay. Yes, ma'am.
We just needed him for his paycheck.
Oh, my phone about to die like it last night. Oh Lord.
Oh man.
Okay, hold on. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Okay. Celeste
Okay.
told me to have it charged up. I got six. Yeah, Celeste, I tried, sister. I tried. Okay.
Okay. I'm just gonna. Sorry. Here we go.
Okay.
And actually blames his mother, to a certain degree.
So they're talking.
And then blames the
They're talking about how you told the story about your dad killing himself and your mom.
Okay.
stepchildren, which is his half brother or sister, because he called them bastard kids, so they weren't his father's kids. So there's a lot of trauma, and I'm not no therapist, but in that moment, I was like, okay, this is.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
now I understand it, man. He's hurt. You know what I'm saying? I guarantee he probably loved and looked up to his father a lot. And then when he thinks about the reason of why his father's not here, he sees his mom and he sees his them brothers and sisters.
Well, the mother said too, the father killed the mother and then the father killed himself.
Yeah, I mean, but think about that. That's traumatic. I don't know what that's like. That's so traumatic, and he's definitely hurt. And after seeing that, Kendra, I feel a lot of empathy for the brother, and I feel like he's trying to do the best he knows. And I don't think he's right in a lot of his thinking. We don't. That's the good thing about us. We don't all have to think alike.
Right.
It's a lot of things that I don't agree with him on. But just because I don't agree with him on some of the ways he thinks, don't mean I can't have empathy for somebody that went through something that traumatic.
Yeah.
That is a lot.
That is a lot.
And that's another thing that we have to stop doing. I'm gonna get on my preaching. But a lot of times in our culture, when we don't agree with somebody or some of their thoughts, we so quick to throw that person away. You know what I'm saying? Oh, forget that person altogether. I'm so done. You know what I'm saying? But we really need to start having more empathy for each other. You know what I'm saying? And I can see that. I can say that on both sides. We need to have empathy for him for what he's been through. 16 years of prison and your daddy done killed your mama and all that. He gotta be messed up. Okay? But he has to also have empathy for the women that he's talking about. Right. But that's all coming from pain. A lot of times we think that we're feeling a certain way because we feel attacked by what somebody's saying. You know what I'm saying? It's just a personal thing. But usually when people saying stuff about other people, it's how they feel about themselves. And it has to do with the things that they've been through. And it don't even have to do with you.
Okay, Fixer. How long is what he?
It's a crazy day, man. Like,
There's another part I want you to hear.
So I'm going to skip to that. But I want to say
Hold on.
this. What I really want from my platform, I want it to be an educational moment.
Okay, we're not going to listen to the politically correct talk. It's really what Zach said. So can I get your response to that?
To that right there? Yes,
Yeah.
yes, absolutely. shout out to Zach for recognizing me. And I listen. I will tell the brother that I will tell him that I know me better than him. I say, you know, so just like he would know himself better than I would. No, I didn't tell that story from a place of hurt. No, I'm not hurt. The wound is cauterized. You know what I'm saying? I don't even know if that's the right freaking word, but you know what I'm
Sounds
saying.
good.
Is I would never say it again.
It sounds good.
Yes. Okay. Well, yeah. Well, we're gonna act like it's the right word, right? So you look it up if you know what I'm saying. With that being said, I no, I'm not. I don't tell that story from a place of pain or anything like that. It's just if you notice, I tell it very matter of factly. I tell it. There's no emotion there. The wound is what it is. The scars there, but however it's healed. And so I don't no there isn't pain there. There isn't anything anyone could ever use against me. I would never. You think I would share that with you, jackals? Figgy,
Sorry.
oh my lord, listen,
So,
Jesus
like
freaking Christ.
the fun.
Okay,
Okay, go.
okay, I'm just teasing. So like, you think I would share that with you, jackals, if I thought that you could really truly hurt me? No, you know what I'm saying. You don't have to. No, you know. So I do, but I do. However, I do see what he could be thinking in that regard because you do hear it, and then you're like, well, wait a minute, you know. But you have to understand something, Figgy. I mean, I'm. You can't it's probably going to be seen as very that's not good for you if you have a girlfriend and you listen to me, right? You know what I'm saying? You cannot agree with me. This is not going to be. I'm not going to be a man who you're going to be agree with. Now I want to get to 2Ls because she's in the shout out to you 2Ls for coming through. I like the troll. I'm gonna tell you something. I wish more of y'all. Was telling Figgy that, you know what I'm saying, I wish I had more of them because the trolls really make things live, and I would like 70% trolls, only 30% supporters. That would be a jump chat, right? So let me see. I wish empathy for the man who hates black women. No, I only hate people who don't like me or who hate me back. As you ladies say, match energy. So that would
Okay,
be that.
I probably shouldn't have asked you to comment now because I know that the trolls are really in
That's
here
okay.
right now.
Listen,
I know
Figgy,
you
Figgy,
like it, but
Figgy, hold
it
tight. Hold tight. You don't have to. You don't have to apologize or
I'm
explain
not.
anything.
I'm not,
You did.
but I
That's
just
okay.
know that I know you. I know that your temperature would be different. You would hear this probably a little
Yeah.
different if they didn't like create this environment right now. And I know that it doesn't matter to you. You're like, this is fun for you. You know what I mean? You love
Yeah.
this stuff.
Oh,
But
Jesus
but
Christ. You know what I'm saying?
personally,
Like,
sometimes if you're in a different
okay.
type of environment, you can hear things differently. So I'm not
Yes.
going to play this now because I really want to ask you
Oh
about
no,
this
I
on
heard
another.
that. I heard that part. What you said. Now to what you said. Also, I said you said your mom deserved what she got. I never said that. I never. And Kendra, it was not. I never blamed my mother. What I said was my father should have never married my mother. It was a bad bet. So Kendra absolutely misquoted me. I don't believe that it was intentionally. At least one would hope. But I never said that. I'm a man who's very clear with his words, and I always stand on what I mean. So I never said I blamed my mother. Okay, so that's yo, excuse me. So that's facts. Now, Vicky, continue to roll,
Sure. I think
please.
God's coming to your throat right now.
Uh,
For a woman to accept, because I think this is where the disconnect becomes, because no woman wants to feel like her husband is a dictatorship, right? And I feel like that's where men who are providers and leaders, and you want a woman who's just gonna listen to you, and that's what comes across. Yes. But that's hard, and that would be hard for any human. Yes. Like, I know that you feel like that's what a man's job, but I'm just talking from a human experience. Yes. And again, I know that this relationship conversation has been taken over the internet, but I feel like, men, I want y'all to hear this. Yes. Women don't mind leaders. We prefer that, right?
no, you don't. No, you don't.
Hold
no,
on, but
no, they
we
don't.
we don't like dictators.
No, you like to pick it. You want selective leadership. You want to, not you specifically, Kendra. Once again,
I understand what you're saying.
Okay. They want to twerk. They want to take hot girl summer and then come back. They want a sucker to pay. They want a sucker to foot their bill. They don't want a man, Kendra. They don't want a man with structure and order who like, hey, look at baby, we getting up at 5 o'clock in the morning. We going to go run. Hey, baby, listen, you can't sit around. You 108 pounds. You overweight. You know what I'm saying? Let's get you in that gym.
I need a man like that.
I met a young lady, 26. Gorgeous young lady. Gentle. And I like her. She's smart. She gets it. These women are trying. There's a lot of women several women hit me up that understand that, you know what, I need to get on a man's program, because I'm going to tell you something, Kendra. You don't have to ask no real man to provide. When these women come on here talking about they want a provider and leader, I know they don't know what it look like, because that's baked into the cake. I literally was just, yesterday I went to go to the Nation of Islam service, went to go chill with the brothers. Not a member, but I support the fruit. I like the brothers. Took my daughter, you know what I'm saying? You ask those Muslim sisters, do they feel protected by their men? You disrespect one of those sisters, them brothers gonna fall on you like a plague of locusts. Them brothers ain't playing about their women. Why? Yeah. Because their women are in order. Yeah. These black women are out of order, Kendra, but the woman I'm gonna get is not gonna be out of order, because I'm just that guy. I'm not gonna let you be out of order with me. It's up for a man to get himself in order, Kendra. He has to bring himself. It's all his fault in this regard. I don't begrudge her for being out of order, because you let a woman run amok. If I let her loose in the house with a paintbrush, what I think she's gonna do? I can't be mad at her for running loose in the what? What I can do is set parameters. Pumpkin, put her in a box. This is what you can color. My job is to die for my woman, Kendra. I will die for my woman. No ifs, ands, and buts about it. I'm one of them guys. So if I'm going to die and give my life up, as most black men will, we ask for submission. And that means when I say something, I get the final say. Okay, baby, that's it. And I'm going to tell you something else too, Kendra. I'm going to get some boss game up tonight. Do you really want to know who run the world? Take a guess.
I'll let you answer.
Okay, it's women. But not the women that they think. It's not these boss loud mouth trying to match energy guys, women. I can match your energy. You can't whoop no man. You can't do it. Like, come on. It's the feminine women. It's the women who are so, and if she's so good, if she's really good, she know how to make a man do what she wanted to do and make it think it was his idea all along. That's the creator gave women that to combat our physicalness. No masculine man can resist a feminine woman. It's like bee to nectar. Kendra, it is. Have you ever noticed how, like, maybe when you were growing up, Miss Johnson would come down the street and all of a sudden the boys started to get it together. Everybody stopped cussing, cigarettes go out. People start pulling their pants up. Miss Johnson is here. She commands that respect. But these broads are ratchet. And any fool that link up with him deserves it, such as your luck. I don't have no sympathy. Now, here's the thing. I don't begrudge a woman for getting what she wants. If you can find a sucker that's stupid enough to sign up for this bed, go get him. I don't. And when you crush that lane, which you will, you know what I'm saying, which you will, because it's in you to do it, he'll learn.
So I want to be respectful. I want to give you.
Can I I was just thinking.
Okay.
I think, and tell me if.
But don't hurt yourself, Figgy.
I think that you need a Muslim woman, either a Muslim or like a Filipino. I know you like a black woman, but a Filipino, like those women, I think would be good for you because they listen and they are in order, like you said. They are in order. They like they're taught this from birth. You know what I mean? It's in their family. So I don't know. I think that would be because, to be honest, I know that you require a certain type of woman, and you can get it, but I mean, I know you say that a woman is supposed to keep you, not you keep a woman, but it's always gonna like fall through, it's gonna fall out, I feel, because unless you get someone who's like raised to do, to be this way, I feel.
Well, I get what your point, Figgy, and one would think that. However, I want to explain something too, and I'm talking to the chat right now because I hope I get more trolls. I want to give y'all something. And I really do want to help you dummies for the most part. As much as I enjoy the trolling, I do want to help you, give you something. When you
I'm gonna explain this laws of manifestation to you because y'all don't understand it. Y'all, you hear a lot of these black women come on. I'm gonna manifest my man. Bitch, you ain't went to the gym. You won't take. You won't eat right. You got
Yeah.
you got 6 kids. You ain't manifesting shit. You know what I'm saying? My mother spoke about manifestation when I was a boy, so I've been hearing this since I was a kid. The thing that she always understood, what she made me understand, was that if you don't put the work in, none of that other stuff even matters. None of that other stuff even matters. So it doesn't matter unless you do something. So you can manifest all you would like, but there has to be some changes that have to come from you as a man. There has to be some things that you are willing to sacrifice. There has to be some purging. There has to be some suffering. You have to go through the furnace of affliction. Now that manifestation tends to take shape. And I'm glad you all are trolling. Like I really do like it because I guess my question would be, what will you say when everything that I said comes to pass? You know what I mean? Like, would you bet that it wouldn't? Are you going to bet? Would you bet your life? What would you be willing to give? So that's the part that I find interesting. Go ahead, Vicky, keep rolling, please.
Okay. So Muslim?
Yeah, that's why I'm trying to cut you off. I say to that argument is that again, law of attraction. So you men,
I'll say this though. I think every woman does like your principles.
Okay.
Like I need that in my like I need someone
Yes.
to hold me
Okay.
accountable or hold like
Okay.
as far as like so I don't get out of weight. Yeah, I'm sorry.
Yes.
So I don't
Yes.
gain
I'm
weight. So I
trying
need
now, Figgy,
someone
but
like
you keep getting
I
out of
know.
order now. I'm
But I'm
trying,
saying, like,
Figgy.
these are all really
Jesus
good things.
Christ.
And here's
What's that?
another thing, because I was born, like, my parents were like in their 50s and
Yes.
they're Caribbean. So I had a different upbringing to most, people. And
Yes.
and so I do love that traditional thing. I totally am like, even though like I think I've been independent for a little too long, and it's played a
Yes.
massive role in my
I know.
life. Where
Yes, it is.
I
Yes,
can be
Figgy's a
combative
very
and
beautiful
stuff.
woman, but she talks too much. And she shout out to Melly. I would
I'm
love to see any black
spicy.
man rise. Thank you, Melly. There's a lot of black women that just don't really want to see black men win, and that's there's a lot of that in our community, and that's and that's just the way it is now. Now you can't stop me. You know what I mean? Like nobody can stop me. I won't allow myself to. The only person who can stop me is me. Come on, Fixer. Now I gotta get through this. Now y'all know I gotta go slang my pieces in the
Oh,
whoever
okay,
come up with the
okay.
best
So,
pizza joke. Somebody gotta give
okay.
me some good pizza jokes now. I'm going to slang pieces in the
You guys
morning.
said I need to practice discernment. Listen, me and him are cool. I've known him when he had money before he had his daughter.
You
Calm the
don't
hell
have
down.
to. Like I said, these are the trolls. They're you know what I mean. They're here too. They said it's not trolling, but listen, they y'all like what I'm saying. Y'all, do I look good in this suit? Give me one if you give me a suit. Give me one, Chad.
Like, I actually know this guy. We didn't just like happen. So
Okay.
funny.
Patrick
Go ahead,
Mandan.
Fixer.
I do things that I love.
That's not my
Dancing
fault.
and golf.
Don't blame
Made
me.
me into a successful business.
Okay. Kendra, a nigga out the streets. Kendra,
Okay.
Kendra, let me say this. That's why there's something called a lady in the. I think what we like to do is we want to try to act like there's an equal equivalent.
Judging
Yeah.
people.
Been in the streets, Kendra. I've been in the streets since I was 12 years old, Kendra.
Right.
I've been in the streets since I was 12 years old.
I don't believe men and women are equal. But what I will say is, I hear this, you're thinking a lot about people who you interacted with, right?
Yes.
At the end of the day, if your first baby mama is a woman you hate, you slept with her, you had a baby with her,
Yes.
you laid down with her. So that means you had to be equal to her at some point in time in your lifetime.
No, Kendra, that just means I was thirsty. That just means I wanted some box. That's what that means. Most men are going. Kendra,
Okay, okay.
Most men are going to pass up on box.
We're going in circles. Let's do this. Let me get these super chats because I do want to get to all these other people.
Respect.
All right, let me see. Something's going on tonight. All right, keep standing. I think. Keep standing on your truth. Work hard, respect humanity, and everything will fall in place for you. So he's the guy on your side.
Okay, thank you. And it's not my truth. That's a female. That's that respect. I know you probably wouldn't mean it that way. Ain't no my truth. Your truth subjective. I don't play them games. Ain't but one truth. But I appreciate you. Shout out to you, brother.
Now I'm having a challenge, so I gotta read them as I post them.
Okay.
He wants a black woman that he can unalive. Please save the baby from him.
Oh my God.
I've seen his case before. He has so much hate. He's evil at heart. At Hardy.
You do look evil though.
And then one black women.
When you smile, oh my God, you look.
Fixer.
It's like
Hey,
it's so
Fixer.
sinister.
Hey, Fixer. How about this?
No, stop,
What do you think?
stop.
What do you think?
Do you know what's amazing though?
Right?
Do you know what's, yeah, you know what's amazing? See how scary you look? Your daughter loves it. She
She
just
loves it.
laughs.
She
She
don't
thinks it's
respect me in this case.
hilarious.
She doesn't respect me, Figgy. I try to scare her. She won't listen. I want to make her cry. I wanted to make her cry. It didn't happen. She
It
laughed.
doesn't work.
She
She's
laughed
like,
in my
whatever,
face.
Dad. She starts hitting your face.
I, it's the worst thing ever. I mean, you really just. All right,
Oh
God.
my God.
Oh goodness, she just woke up. I got to get the gizmo. See, it's time, final time. Go ahead,
Do you want
Fixter.
to just wrap? Do you want to wrap up? Like,
No. We got to get through this, Fixter, because we got to go ahead. Just go ahead and let it roll for a little bit.
oh my Lord. Okay. Do you want me to skip past some shit?
I mean, what's really left?
Let me skip past these questions. I think
I mean, because I think I basically addressed anything. Is anybody? I guess basically, is anything that
sorry,
is
love.
anything that anybody need? Anything my trolls like. God dog it.
Timber.
I know, right?
Hi,
Okay.
baby.
The Giz is in the house. I
He's
hope
so
she is
happy.
safe. Well, I tell you what, Miss Incognita, you hope she is safe. She's been with me her whole life. So,
She's
what do
very
you
safe.
think, right?
She's
I mean,
very
you
no.
take what you you
She's safer with her than anyone with him than anyone else.
this
Actually,
if this little
like
girl
he
ain't
would
safe, if
kill
this little
for
girl
her.
ain't safe, then there's no one safe, right? So
Yeah,
So,
exactly.
but that's okay. Like I said, I get it. No way, Ty. This is CPS trying to take her. No, hey, listen, I don't let white people run me or take nothing from me, and I don't have no problem dying for what I believe in. Y'all need more men like that. Y'all need more men like that, and I think that y'all would be much better off in our community. You need men like me standing on that wall. I like that Jack Nicholson. You think Jack Nicholson? You think, hey, figure, why don't you reach out to Jack
Yeah.
Nicholson and see if he can do something for us, man? I said, you want me on that wall. You need me on that wall. That's a good
Good.
line. I am really natural with this, y'all. I don't know if y'all think that I'm really putting on. Like this stuff is really. I don't write this stuff. Okay. I hope your caseworker is watching. Well, I don't have one. 2 L's. I don't have a caseworker. I had a parole officer a couple times. No caseworkers. The
He's a
babies
free
deserve
man.
so much more. What would the baby? What would you? What does she deserve that you think that she isn't getting? Go ahead, Fixter.
You guys think this isn't temporary? It's hilarious.
Anything that saved my daughter.
Like it's forever.
Right? And I could have walked away just like that and kept doing what I was doing. But I made the choice. And it was one of the best decisions I ever made because Kendra proved something to me that I've always known. I always can win, no matter the circumstances. My circumstances don't define me. I make my circumstances. I shape my reality. A man makes a Mars his own fortune. My thing about to die again. Lord have mercy. I'll be right back, Gizmo. I'll be right back. I got to keep it plugged up.
Oh, the phone?
Because I'm down. Inconsistent has no peace, Kendra, and nor can he be at ease with whom he concerns himself with. Learn something, 2 L's. I'm giving out some game now. Learn something. My job is to be consistent and set the standard. I want structure in my home. I want structure with the people that matter. When you have that, you have the opportunity for greatness. You think I'm gonna die and leave some broad who don't respect me a $500,000 insurance policy so she can go over to Dubai? Name is Conrad Harrigan. Wow. Family man. And if you cross my family.
There you are. There's the Goon.
You said it's
There's
a Jew?
Gizmo and the Goon right there.
Say it again.
Nothing. I'm just joking.
I didn't get a chance to see it. I had to get away from the thing.
It's a movie, a mob movie.
Before we get to that,
I'm just kidding, guys. I'm kidding.
Topic of a woman can't keep a man. I think a lot of men can't keep women because they be the ones trying to get the woman back after she left. So if so much she couldn't keep you, then why are you still trying to get her back? Why are you still harassing her? Why are you
That's
still
a fact.
texting her? Why are you still trying to show up? I think, and
That's a great question. I'm gonna get to that.
and then
That's a great question.
why we got to say kept? Like, no, you should want to be somewhere. This isn't, I don't want to keep you in a slate.
Right.
If you want to go outside, you should go outside. You know?
You would never try, you would never try to get somebody back who left
For me?
you.
Oh hell no. Can't leave anything.
That's not in your,
What? No,
that's not in your veins
we ain't
at
doing
all.
that.
Oh,
This whole keep a man, I think a lot of men can't keep women. And this is why they're so irritated, because they can't get the woman that they want. Let's see if you get the woman that you want, because you said that you've been around a lot of women, but at the end of the day, you had a baby by a
I
white
want you to
woman.
pause that for a minute, Fixter.
yeah.
I do want to say something right here. Let's see here. This is interesting. You could get yourself on your feet and then come get her. So you want me to give my daughter up and then come back and get her? But y'all never say that to black women who, when they have the same situations, you never say anything. Isn't that interesting? It's always, I'm a strong black woman. I don't need anybody. Ooh, I'm about to hurt some feelings now, Fixter. It's always that. There's always that. Yet when it's a black man who you don't particularly care for, you don't even respect me enough to say, I don't like his views, I don't appreciate his views, but I can at least give him the credit of standing, you know what I mean, when he didn't have to. You can't even acknowledge that. And that's okay. I just want you to know we know. Roll it, Fixter. I gotta get up out of here.
Okay. There was an
And
incident.
wait, and I do want to acknowledge Kendra. Kendra was triggering him so badly. I'm gonna skip the chat. You got 31 people in the chat. Who thought that Kendra? Well, it's gonna be more than for Fixter. I think I'll ask. Well, I asked the chat as well. I posed the question. Who thought? Who did people truly feel believe came out on top in our interviews? Who would people side with and say, you know what? I think that he won or she won, because there's always a
Well,
winner and a loser.
I wouldn't say one. I think she actually agrees with a lot of the points that you were making, but
Okay.
she does interject her own personal life into these talking
Yes.
points a lot, I find. But I don't think it's a win or lose. I do also think I think she
Okay.
likes you. Like,
Okay.
genuinely, as a man, I think
Mhm.
she respects, she just, I think she just,
Yeah, you can't go against the gynocracy. You just can't do that. And it says
yeah,
that the baby never looks happy. My baby never looks happy. Okay. Are you subscribed to Gizmo and the Goon? Okay.
yeah,
Maybe
she's
you should.
happy. She's always
Maybe you
smiling.
should maybe
Oh
you
my
should go look at
God.
some of the shorts or whatever, but that's okay. You can do that if you want to. Sounds like
That
victim talk. So it sounds like victim talk when I'm saying the credit that you'll give black women, you won't
but
tell them. You never tell them to give their hold on, Fixter, please. You never tell black women to give their children up when they have all of these babies and they're doing everything out here, when they're having hot girl summers and they, you know what I mean, they running around not doing the things that are producing great children or do anything to help the community. You never say that then. It's just I just find it, I mean, I find it a little funny, it's a little suspicious there, sister. I smell. What do you think, Izzy? You smell something?
30 seconds?
Okay, go ahead. Stay
Yeah.
strong, King. Mona Ray. Okay, we got somebody new in here. Mona Rowe. Stay strong, King. Congratulations.
Monica.
Who did? Monica. Okay, Monica. Okay, my apologies. Monica Rowe, Monica Ray. Stay
Yeah, you go.
strong, King. Congratulations on all you're doing. It's not easy to live your truth out loud. Your baby is gorgeous. God bless both of you. Thank you so much, sister. I'm just not, and I will want to tell you, I know you didn't mean it. I don't like the your truth, my truth. Subjective women started that junk. I'm just telling the truth. So that's all. There's just one truth in my world. I do appreciate you. I'm definitely gonna stay strong. You make sure you subscribe to Gizmo and the Goon. We appreciate your support. Thank you very much. When you say in all caps, you let me know that you're serious about what you say and you're serious about the love. So thank you very much. Melly says the baby is happy. Thank you so much, Melly. You know,
Yes.
you're gonna get that right. And that's okay. The trolls control. Hey,
And
they go to
clean. Very, very clean. This little girl is clean all the
hey.
Yeah, so I'm gonna
time. Just like her father.
that you never really had the woman that you can marry in the 44 years of your life.
I got to sit it down a little bit, y'all, so I can get it, so I can
No
let it
problem.
charge a little bit.
You have a woman that you would have considered to be your wife. Now, according to your track record, I'm gonna just say no, because if so, you would have been married to her or have a baby by her. But instead, you had a baby. Her own child.
Okay.
So help us understand how you got all the great women, but you ain't choose the right one to have a baby by.
Okay, you said a lot, Kendra, and I was you got to excuse me. Sometimes I get a little befuddled, and I wanted to address your first part, and then you do the second part in it. I'll try to work backwards as far as the woman. It's not that I don't want her to. It's just that right now she's not capable, and so that's okay. It was up to me to do what needed to be done, and so that's.
I got to change Gizmo diaper, y'all. Y'all just hang tight.
Contact with. This is the woman you had a baby by, so that's accountability on
Andrew,
you.
I'm gonna be honest with you. No, Kendra, listen to me. I believe I accepted that. I don't run from none of that. She didn't have sex with herself. You know what I'm saying? I was the one who was running around. You know what I mean? Putting my job.
She's gonna have a stable home. He hasn't been in this place for very long, and you do know that there are limits to these places, these shelters. I think you can only stay in a shelter for like 6 months maximum. So like it's a temporary. You guys got to stop thinking that this is permanent.
Johnson on the table. Shout out to the young lady who just texted me. She said, if you ever decide to reach out to me, I'm deleting this profile immediately. Shout out to you, baby. Appreciate that. Here's the thing, Kendra. I wanted to get back to that first. I wanted to get. Do you remember what you said initially? Because I'm sorry. You were speaking about
keep a man. We were talking about keep a man.
Keep a man. Thank you very much. Kendra, it's not my job to keep a woman. It's my job to attract a woman. It's her job to keep me. Let me say that again. It's my job to attract a woman. She has to find me attractive. She has to find me debonair. She has to find me.
Sorry to ruin your groove. Isn't that the worst? What if I told you that there was a way for you to skip?
You doing that on purpose, Vicky?
This is.
I don't know what is going on.
You know what I'm saying?
They're gonna cut it on our thing. They need to cut us a check.
Her job to keep me. That means she puts the work in to show that she is serious about me. Now, what happens is when she puts the pressure on, it's like, oh, okay, baby girl, and she's serious. And I don't need a woman to buy me anything, Kendra. I want to say this 100%. It's not about, this isn't a financial thing at all. I just mean showing me that there's genuine interest. Like, you know what? You're the man for me. When you show me I'm the man for you, men tend to, in the face of femininity, Kendra, I'm telling you, I'm giving you game, Kendra. I swear to God, there are very few men that can resist no man, because it's like, okay, baby, you got it. And that's the key. So when these women get caught up in TV's, I told my daughter she was engaged for a little while. I said, Pumpkin, that's not good enough. You have to be serious. You really, shout out to you, baby. She said, hit me up when you get off the show. Shout out to you, baby. I ain't gonna put your name out there.
Okay, but talk fast because we gotta get to this, and I get to somebody else. But okay.
I apologize, Kendra. I know, you know what I'm saying. I think will probably be quite wild. What was I saying? You got to excuse.
Well, you were talking about keep. I think I want to just say this, and whether men agree with it or not, yes, there are some women who value peace of mind, right?
Okay, gotcha.
And if peace of mind means, okay, I'm gonna be single and I won't get that guy, she will choose peace of mind over toxic, chaotic behavior.
Stop it right here,
for
please.
The rest of her life.
Okay, we got it. Okay. I'm gonna address Kendra. One of the things that I've always noticed is that, we say that they say that if they'll accept it unless they can get it on their terms. Real men don't bow to women's terms. That's just the bottom line. You're gonna get on his page, or you just won't have him. He'll have options you won't. And if that's the case, then why do you complain? You know what I'm saying? There's so many women who are there's more women that are on depression medication. There are more women that are dealing with all sorts of issues from a mental standpoint. You know what I mean? And it's unfortunate. You know what I'm saying? I don't like that. And this is why I am here, because I'm the pill that you need. I'm the pill that I'm the this is what they call it. I'm the fly in the ointment, as my man you said on the Die Hard. You know what I'm saying? And thank you Camel K for Camille K, Precious Baby Girl. Thank you very much. Soon as I heard Nation of Islam, I knew he was about you. I knew you was about your business. Yeah, shout out to you, Trap House Beats. Yeah, I don't play no games, bro. I'm gonna keep it real with you. Go subscribe, people. Let's get him to 1,000 subscribers. Shout out to Trap Out that like you, brother. You know what I'm saying? Absolutely. The baby is hungry. No, my daughter eats very good. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to you. It's funny, and so much so. You want to know what's crazy? I have $1. I have $1. It's funny you said I have $1 on Cash App. My daughter's milk costs $38 a can. I went to before I took her to daycare today. I went and spent every dime I had on that, and I got me 3 bananas and a thing of water. So that's what I do. So no, she's not hungry. She has 2 cans of milk that I just bought her today. So that is no, that's not true. Let me see if I can get any more. So let me see. As a man, he claims to be a provider. This is two L's. He claims to be he should have already had those things in place for his daughter and his wife. He's looking for like I say, since I was in the streets, I was living a totally different life, and things started to befall me. And then when her mother went a different way, then I had to make some decisions and changes on the fly. So things didn't quite work out, but they're starting to work out now. The creator got me, and I got her. Okay, so that's that. Bro, you kicking game. Bro, you was kicking game on the show. My shop, Trap House Beats. Piece of Money isn't going to be stable. He's going to create a stable home. There's people that survive on a lot less. You black women, a lot of you black women got that Section 8. Can I get that? You got You know what I mean? Do you say anything? You know what I'm saying? Y'all love that Section 8. Can I get some? Can a black man get a little bit of Section 8? You know what I'm saying? Like, let me know. Hey, Fixter, see if you can get to the bottom of that Section 8 thing. Now, I'll tell you this. Somebody did make the comment that I wanted to address. Say, can I share what issues she has? She has substance abuse issues. She has some mental issues and some things like that. So we don't kick people when they down over here. The girl is down. And so she don't stand in my way, and that's the main thing, okay? And so my daughter would not be here had it not been for the decisions that her father made. Now, you don't have to like me for that, and that's okay. But you don't have to even respect it for real, and it doesn't matter to me either way. I'm just telling telling you what's going on. Roll it, Fixter.
I like when you double time it. Like you're just so quick.
I'm not a person. I believe in relationships. So I want to say this. I believe in marriages. This show is responsible for marriages. I believe in babies. I believe in all those good things. But I believe in healthy relationships. And if
Pause it, Fixter, please. Shout out to Tanya. Oh, okay. I apologize. Oh, A. Taylor, excuse me. I meant that she was hungry. She's woke up, sir. Hungry, sir. I apologize. But let me take time out to recognize you publicly because I addressed you specifically. So she didn't mean that way. And thank you very much. No, Gizmo not hungry just yet. She will be shortly though. Daddy Pumpkin. Let's see. Thank you for sharing. No problem. I am observing and appreciate your reply. Absolutely, Ms. Dees. Roll it, Fixter.
Better if being single is healthier than being attached to a human being that is causing you chaos. I would say it's better to be single. I wouldn't say it's better just to have a man, if it's coming with a lot of chaos and toxic, because then you will have an early death. I don't know what happened.
What's toxic, Kendra, about what I said? First of all, black men die first. Black men die first of stress, hypertension, diabetes. So Kendra, let's not go there. Black men are dying because of stress. I'm not stressed about nothing. And I look like new money.
Oh my God.
So I'm not stressed about nothing. You don't see me stressed about my current circumstance because I know what my future look like. You know what I mean? So black men are the ones who are dying, Kendra. I'm glad you brought that up. The average black man dies at 57 years old, Kendra. Why? From stress. Because the world is beating him down. And don't nobody care. Don't nobody care about a black man being drugged through the mud. Don't nobody care. And so I'm here because I care. And so for those black men, for the black men who can take from here on out, let this be the template. Let me see you brothers come on here from here on out, just like this. Get your masculinity up, brother. Get off the internet. Get your masculinity up. Get in the gym. Get your nose bloody. Start exercising. Get with other men and start to build in your community. Get off the grid for a while. Get your masculinity up. Then come back and holler at these bros. They're gonna be all over you, dog.
Okay, I'm just gonna go through the super chats.
Yes,
I think it said, listen, for all the women in the chat that are hating on a good man, it's simply because y'all all lack understanding in what the brother is saying. And also, Kendra, don't consider yourself a boss chick, in my opinion. You are a queen with a splendor and character. Okay, well, thank you. Oh, okay.
Appreciate the comment.
What I would say to this, my definition of a boss chick is a woman who's about her money and who built her brand. So this is why I will tell all women to have your own. Point blank period. Whether it be a disadvantage or not, I believe in having your own money. I was raised by both of my parents. Yes. And you said put you on to game. My daddy put me on to game. And my daddy raised me to be able to take care of myself. So he's like, whatever you want in this world, figure out a way that you can take care of yourself so you won't have to be under anybody's beck and call. And I also saw that. I saw women who had to tolerate things I would never want to tolerate because of financial purposes. Yes. I saw women who was tolerating things from men, and I would watch as a child, like, I never want to be treated like this. I never want to, and these could be wives, I'm not going to give any business. Yes. But for me, I didn't feel as though they were happy, but financially, they couldn't make a move. So for me, it taught me, okay, if I have my own money, I can have healthy relationships because now my livelihood isn't dependent on a man's income. So all women to have your own bank, figure out a way to make it for yourself, and then you find someone to enjoy life with. That's just my own personal advice. I know there's men that would disagree with it, but that is what it is.
May I respond to that, Kendra? Or
you can respond.
Okay, because I know you said you want to kind of speed things up. I disagree from this standpoint here because everything in this world is judged by the results. How is that information served? Yes, you're successful, Kendra. We know that. And nobody's knocking you, Kendra. You know what I'm saying? You be on tip. You be turned. Everybody know that. And if you're knocking her apart, then you a hater. Awesome don't do no hating. I'm just saying in terms of it makes for women for bad partners, that word I hate. It makes for a bad girlfriend or a bad wife because what happens is the money goes to a lot of women's heads. Like all of a sudden you're no longer fit to a black man can't say, hey baby, you can't go outside there. No, you ain't there. When I think you're doing too much. How you gonna tell me I made 200,000? What? And now you know what I mean? And listen, if some sucker guy want to sit up, now listen, there's a lot of black men who suckers. The majority of them. There's very few men like me. So I want to 100% say that. We are in the minority in this regard. Hopefully it won't always be this way, but we are in the minority, especially men like me. So I know that there's more than enough opportunity out there for a woman to get a guy like that if that she so chooses. The problem is you're not going to respect him. That's the problem, Kendra. You get a man that you don't respect. And then now you're like, wham, I don't respect this guy, not because he don't have the money, but because he doesn't stand up. Because he doesn't have she continues to push. She continues to push. And now she's looking for you to stand, but she's broken him all the way down. There's nothing left. Now he's bitter because you have a lot of black men who are bitter. You know what I mean? Because that's why you see all these, a lot of these cornball podcasts in some regards. A lot of you brothers are corny. Kendra do have a point in this regard. I'm talking about the ones that consistently complain about women. I'm not really into complaining about women like that, bro. That's not really what I do. I'm into making it happen. I'm not into complaining. I'm not throwing no names out there specifically. There are some that I do like. Shout out to the few that I do like. But when I'm talking about to the ones that complain, everything is a complaint. Did they specifically put another race of women over black women? I don't like that. I don't support none of that, Kendra. Here's the number one rule in life. Y'all better listen to Awesome. Accept your own, be yourself.
But Awesome. I do want to get the super chat. But you know you have a baby by a white woman, right?
Yes, Kendra, because I'm a goon. We've been through this. I'm
just saying this is.
I'm not going to talk.
No, because here's the deal. I want to hear you, but you got to understand the walking contradiction that a guy would say. You're saying be with black women, but yet you have a baby by a white woman.
Yes, so, Kendra, because I'm saying, listen, Kendra.
Okay, I'm just saying, okay, well,
you're not wrong. Kendra, you're not wrong. You're not wrong. You're just incomplete. Don't be me. Be better than me. I'm not trying to. You see what I'm
We have to do one word responses. Okay, this one says,
be better than me.
real men go to therapy. Second, you had a baby out of wedlock. So how do you dare call another child a bastard? Get yourself together before you attempt to date.
All right, great. Okay, let me get to that. Number one, my daughter's no bastard because her father takes care of her. Her father accepted her. Her father has signed her birth certificate, and she has my last name. She was named by me, so she's my seed. I know you dummies out there don't understand this, but this is my seed. You just the incubator, baby. These are men's seeds. So this is a black baby raised by me, who my seed, I have deemed her worthy. So when her father deems her worthy, she is so. I'm talking about to these black women who got these bastards. I say the word again. I don't care if you like it either. Get your
bastard child was a child that's
Okay,
created.
let me help the chat out right quick. Let me help the chat out. And listen, Miss Magic, a complete walk contradiction. Uh, you can say that. Uh, let's see. Clearly, that's not the definition of bastard. I'll tell you what, Tanya. My daughter was born in West Virginia. I want you, because I'm gonna be on live, to look up, is a bastard child in West Virginia. If a child is born in West Virginia under the law, is it a bastard if the father takes it back, if the father takes responsibility for the child? And then you come back and let's see if you'll come back. Keep rolling. But there's another part to that Kendra. That's
Actually, I think that's not just law. I think in states, I think that's actually the rule. I think it's a fatherless child, and she's not fatherless.
Well, here's the thing. It is a little. It is a little. It can get shady or great because in Georgia they have different rules in terms of a child being born here. If a child is illegitimate, they have paperwork. It's not just enough to to sign the birth certificate and take responsibility. You have to get the child legitimized in Georgia. So there's another step that a child born in Georgia has. So all states are different, right? And so, right, this is irrelevant. Now it's irrelevant. You see, 1 minute, yes, you see, but actually you can't win. That's okay. Go ahead, though. That's missing the truth. Like when you look up the definition of a true bastard, so it's not just that. It's
Hi,
a child
baby.
that it's an illegitimate child. Now, you know what I'm saying? That a man basically steps away from and says, hey, like, big mama, like we was just like you were saying, our big mama got the kid, and big daddy, no. He got his little thing across. Kendra, that's always been the way. I'm not saying it's right. I'm saying it's women. Women have to. This is why it's so important. I'll tell my daughter this, baby. You have to be virtuous, because in the end, men are going to take whatever you offer. This is why Daddy suggests don't never go in no man's house unless you're ready to go. You don't go in no man's house. I don't care what he say. I don't care if you need to use the bathroom, eat. You don't go in no man's house. Your daddy told you that. Why? Because you don't put yourself in compromising positions. Women have to become more virtuous, Kendra. If they become more virtuous, men rise to the level. You don't have this issue. This is facts.
All right. This one says you don't get kudos for doing what you're supposed to do.
If you're someone that suffers from having sensitive teeth, but you want them whiter, I recommend Sensodyne Clinical White.
Hi. Hi.
Great question. Great, Kendra. Great, Kendra. That's great. I gotta get that because I hear that. I hear that a lot. I always hear that from black women that don't want to acknowledge me, but yet you want to condemn me. See, that's the phoniness, the two-facedness that they like to play. They want to hedge their bet. Kendra, how many black men can you name that's out the street, change their whole life overnight, and had their child since the very day their child came out, never made not one excuse, never asked for one super chat, never asked for one cash app, and went and picked up trash at Popeyes to put food in his daughter's stomach. You a clown, and you just hate black men. Kendra, I'm telling you, if I was white, they would put me on CNN and gave me a black. Let me have been Russell. But because I'm black, you don't want to acknowledge it. You hate black men, and I hate you too.
Okay, so that's pretty much the end of it.
All right, yeah, that's right. That's good. Now, okay, let me see. Now, a couple things. Let's see. Sitting up there talking about West Virginia as if a bastard is a legal term. They see the word is not used in any legal context. Listen, time. Okay, Tom, I'm gonna address this last time. Each states are different. Each states particularly vary. I don't know all of the legalese. I don't know, but I guarantee you, I also don't speak nothing that he don't know. A child that is deemed that a father has taken responsibility for in West Virginia is not a bastard. Could it be possible that she could be considered? And there's more to it, just child being just born out of wedlock. There's another part of the definition as well. Now I know y'all don't like that, but that's okay. Men, these are our seeds. Men plant the seeds. Women are incubators. You cannot like that all you want. It doesn't particularly matter to me. It's biology. But I do thank you for being here because, you know what I'm saying? I'm here for the smoke. So, you know what I mean? And as far as me, let me address this as well. When I said I hate God, I know people are going to say, I hate. I said, let Awesome be the first to tell you. I hate who hate me. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't believe in turn the other cheek and let your enemies. You know what I'm saying? Love them and love them with kill them with kindness and all that. That ain't me. Okay, I'm gonna always be me. You don't have to like it. You don't have to approve of it. You can think I'm a bad guy all you want, and maybe I am. But I'm me. I got the guts to be myself, and I'll always be that.
You know, all these people in this comment section, it's so funny because they're all
Mhm.
come from that other channel that I just
Mhm.
showed you for a second.
Yeah, I
And
appreciate
I
that. Yeah.
remember when I tapped in on that channel
Mhm.
yesterday when they tapped into our live stream real quick.
Okay.
The guy he was saying that he would have you on, like he wanted you on. So it's kind
Okay.
of funny. And when I looked in the comment section, they're all like they don't have I don't hear them say anything positive about anything at all. Like they don't have that in their tongue, in their speech. So it's
Yeah.
crazy. It's crazy but I mean this is awesome that they're getting your numbers up. That's great.
Oh, for sure. I mean, well, I appreciate. Here's the thing: whatever the creator got for what I don't have a problem standing on because that's the thing. I should always be able to support when you say things. You should be able to support them. So that's okay with me. So why are you mad because of other people's opinion? Incognito, I'm not mad about anybody's opinion. I'm just addressing the chat to give you. Because here's the thing: I don't. I there's only a few of us in here, and as interactive as I can be, I don't have a problem addressing you or anyone else. I'm not mad about anything, baby. Nobody here has the ability to make me mad. You know what I'm saying? I got you saw my blood rise a little bit there because the you doing what you're supposed to do comment. That's it's like, oh yeah, he's doing it, but he's supposed to do it. Yes, but you the same people that say black men don't do it at all. You see what I'm saying? And this is what I consistently hear. Now, that's not to all black. I have received some support from black women, but also there's a lot of you black women that if I were white, you won't acknowledge that because it's too difficult and dark for you to acknowledge that if I was Russell and I had a single baby, y'all would sit up there and say, "Look at this white man taking care of this baby." Why don't black men do that? This is what you do, but you've been trained to hate your men. You've been trained this way, and it's not all your fault. You know what I mean? It's not all your fault. You can't even acknowledge me enough to say, you know what? I might not like his view. He may be an asshole. He may be arrogant. I might not like the way he looks. I might. Well, you can't say you don't like the way I look. You know what I'm saying? You may say whatever you want to say, but damn it, I have to give the boy some. I have to respect him for standing in the fire with this little girl, and you know what I mean. I have to respect that. You can't even acknowledge that, and that's where a lot of black men like, oh, okay, well, wait a minute. You can't acknowledge that. You know what I mean? You can't even give him that part.
Do you know what? I know you don't have time now, but have you heard of a YouTuber called Shira7?
Yes.
What do you think about her?
I don't know much about. I've never listened to her. I haven't heard her. I've seen people do reaction videos of her. I
Yeah.
don't know. Ain't that the sprinkle chick?
Yeah.
Okay, I've heard that sprinkle. I guess she tells. You know what I'm saying? I guess she has terrible advice. According, they say she has terrible advice for women. I don't know. I haven't listened to her, so I don't know. And besides,
I
these people don't matter to me.
I think I would
Mhm.
love to like not do a reaction video to her,
Yes.
but I want you to like check her out like on live, and I would love to know your opinion because the thing is like she's given game, and I know that you're a fan of game regardless
Mhm.
whether it's a man or woman spitting it. You're just like game. It's game, right? And she's spitting some serious game. Now, I mean, as a man,
Mhm.
like you're not really going like not you.
Right.
As a man, you'd be like, she's right. You know what I mean? Because you're a man.
Mhm.
Like I think you'll be able to be
Yeah.
like, she's actually right. But because she actually says a lot of the things that you are saying, so she's honest. You know, she's very honest, and she's giving women mad game, but it's not going to help society. That's for sure.
Yeah, that's the thing. And like I
It's
said,
not going
I
to
saw
help
a
her.
picture of her. I did see a picture of her. She's an overweight broad. I do know
No,
that.
she
What I'm saying,
fluctuates.
Chick?
She fluctuates.
Okay,
She's a
well then she's
beautiful
overweight.
woman.
But if you fluctuate and you don't have no discipline, then that means, you know what I'm saying. That spells all terrible to me.
She's not 20, but
Okay, but that
okay.
makes no difference, Figgy. You know what I'm saying? Neither are you, but you take care. You make a conscious effort to,
True,
to do the right things. You know what I'm
true.
saying? You very hard on yourself. So I don't want to hear no excuses. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to hear no excuses. I know, you know what I'm saying, black women helping him is sad as fuck. Okay, so okay, well that you can believe that, Miss Magic, but I do appreciate you for being here. What do you think? How do you think this tie look? Do you like to think this tie go with this vest, or what would you have done? You know what I mean? And then I did see one sister. She said, listen, he does talk a lot, but I'm starting to like him. I think that she said, she said, shout out to you, sister.
That's
Shout out
good.
to you, sister.
I'm
I do
telling you, there
appreciate
were a
that.
lot of people yesterday that came in, and at first they were just attacking you. And then,
Mhm,
not even midway through,
mhm,
they were like, you know what? Because you're telling the truth. It's the same thing with Shira 7. She's telling the truth.
mhm.
It sounds a little toxic,
Yes.
but it's true. And it's the
Okay,
same thing with
Figgy,
Kevin
please stop.
Taylor.
Figgy, hold on. Let's be careful here.
I
I
know
don't
you
want to be
don't like the
compared to
word
women.
toxic. My
Yes,
bad.
and I damn sure don't want to be compared. That's okay. Thank you. I damn sure don't want to be compared to no bra. Okay,
But
37 is the numbers. Okay, well, 37 is just what's in the chat, and I'm appreciative if it was just one of y'all, Miss Magic. You know what I mean? Because like I said, nobody has to be here, so I'm grateful for anybody who's here. All right,
may I
so you know what I mean.
play?
We just
May
started this.
May I play seconds of her and just you can just like
No, no,
okay.
no, please
Well,
no. Thank you. Anything provided from the shelter is fine. Anything I don't know. Well, I don't know. It's just, like I say, Miss Magic. I'll tell you this, right? I've one thing I do know is that if you have a man like me by your side, you wouldn't even you would be doing something different. You should be up under your man. You know what I mean? I don't have anyone, but you should be under your man. So either your man is weak or you going to bed lonely every night because you should be up under your man. That's really where you should be right now because you have a lot to say. However, do you have anybody that cares about you to keep you warm at night? See, these muscles work, baby. See, let me tell you something. One thing about awesome, I keep you warm.
A lot of these people that have come from that channel, like they are let's say I'm sure they all have pronouns.
Yes,
So
Miss Magic, I'm married, degenerate, degenerate. What is? But do you have a man? That you admire and respect though? See, that's my thing, and this is what I've noticed. This is what I noticed about a feminine woman, a really feminine woman who I've met some beautiful people, women who have said, "Listen, I'm not trying to get with you, but I want you to know I like you and I like what you about. I might not agree with everything, but I like you and may God bless you and your daughter." And these are women that were reaching out with Facebook. They were hugged up with men, who were taking care of them and providing for them. So they lived a different life. A lot of you bras don't know nothing about that. Y'all don't know nothing about no man buying you nothing other than, you know what I mean, Applebee's. You don't know nothing. You ain't never had no man come through, you know what I'm saying, and take care of you. You ain't
okay.
had no man. That's why you up. That's why you up at 17 past 11 at night. You should be up under daddy. Do you call your man daddy, baby? Do you call him daddy? If you ain't got no man that you call daddy, you ain't got no man.
Do you want to call it a night? It's getting late.
Yes, okay, Dre ain't much awesome. Okay, Dre ain't much awesome about you. Oh well, maybe you think so. Maybe you think so, and maybe you're right. But I'm glad you're here anyway.
and I do appreciate you. Let me first of all, Figgy, I'm gonna let you say, let me let Figgy give her last thoughts, and then I'll end it, and then we'll roll it like that. Figgy, would you like have anything? Yeah, first of all, yes, let's do that like that.
I actually don't have anything.
Okay.
I think um like you said, I do agree. I think you've already won. Like you just
Yes.
went on Kendra's show, sporadically, because I know that you've been watching her for a while. I'm shocked
Yeah.
that you didn't go on it before.
Hmm.
And you've been on, oh yes, I do want to address the fact that you got blocked from the app. I don't think she knows that.
Yeah. Well, she doesn't. Like I
I
said, I
don't
don't
think
know,
she
but
knows
yeah.
that.
Okay, well maybe we can find that out. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, that definitely happened. Let's see.
That's
Send your put
crazy.
the A Taylor says send your cash app. Thank you, A Taylor. I appreciate it. Figure, can you put the cash app in the chat, please?
I honestly, okay, I'm gonna try, but
Okay.
sometimes it's just blocking
Shout
me.
out to A
And I
Taylor,
just,
number one. Shout out to for throwing something in the plate. Much of, you know what I'm saying, much appreciated. You know what I mean? I can't tell you how much. This was one of the people who I think she initially came as a troll, but however, maybe I don't necessarily say she likes me, but she can at least have a little bit of respect for me. So and then she's actually spending her money. So I can't thank that enough. That's right there. It's right there. SMD had dollar sign SMD awesome. Thank you so much, A Taylor, number one. I can't thank you enough. That's very gracious of you. I can't thank you enough. Let's see. He doesn't
yeah,
mind me going into degenerates of the community. He doesn't mind me going. I don't really understand. Let me see. He wasn't mixed. I see. I'm trying to chat moving. Okay. God bless you and the baby. The baby gets. Yes, ma'am. Thank you very much. And please make sure. Oh, okay. See, I'm not a troll, sir. Go ahead then. Let me make sure I got you right. I was actually on KG's show as well. Okay. Okay. Shout out to A Taylor. Okay. Okay. For sure. Listen, let me say this, because like I said, I do have to, get up in the morning. First of all, I want to thank y'all, you know what I'm saying, for tuning in to Gizmo and the Goon, hosted by Figgy. Figgy, I want to recognize her because, she has her moments, you know what I'm saying, when she gets so excited. Like I said, she's like a puppy that wants to pee on the goddamn carpet. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
I'm
She
not
really
gonna
means
lie.
well. She
I'm
doesn't
better
mean
one.
it. Yeah,
I'm
she's
better
like,
one on
yes,
one.
absolutely. But she takes her time out to do this for me. You know what I'm saying, and to help me with this, because I really could not do this without her. I do not hate black women. I hate who hates me. So I want you to clip that. Figure, I think we should get some T-shirts made. Hate who
I
hates
hate
you.
who hates me.
Yeah,
I don't
I
hate
hate who
black
hates
women.
me.
I hate who hates
Let
me.
me see. I hate who hates me. I think Figgy, let's see about LLC in that or whatever trademark that for somebody else. Just I hate who hates me. This is facts. I have a very masculine, dominant personality. I'm going to not change for anybody. And you know what I mean? I think that those type of men are what's needed in the community, especially now more than ever. And you know what I'm saying? And my daughter is here, and I do the 100% best that I can. I'm not perfect, you know what I'm saying? However, I am a man who believes in himself, and I'm standing, right? And I've been kicked and pushed, and you know what I mean? And I've been told that I shouldn't, but however, I have my mind made up to otherwise. Please like the video. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe. Please share it. You know what I'm saying? With anybody who y'all think. I'm not sure when the fixture and I will do this again, but we'll definitely keep y'all posted, because she's given up 2 evenings of her time back to back, and she's not well. So I definitely want to say how gracious I am and give her an opportunity and let me give her some love. You know what I'm
Thank
saying?
you, baby. I
Show
appreciate
Fixer
you.
some love. You know what I'm saying, for what she does. Shout out to Gizmo for being the Gizmo. That daddy's pumpkin. Yes, it does. Yeah, shout out to Gizmo for being the Gizmo. The Gizmo don't have to do nothing but be the Gizmo. She don't have to do nothing. See, a lot of y'all bras didn't have this as daddy. Y'all didn't have no daddy that was like me. And I
It's
think you
so
would have
true.
different. A lot of y'all didn't have fathers. I
That's
hate
so
that you didn't have
true.
no daddy. But I you know, I'll be your daddy. I like to be called daddy. Just get with the fixture. You know what I'm saying? And we can shout out to everybody. I'm through making jokes. Shout out to everybody. Thank y'all so much. You know what I'm saying, for tuning in to Gizmo and the Goon. Figgy will let you know when we'll be back. Listen, I do want to read one thing before I left. I forgot something. I do want to.
Uh-huh. Uh-oh, you went mute. Uh-oh. I think the phone died. Oh,
It's
you
okay.
back.
I don't know how to do it. I don't know how to do it because I just don't know how to do it. And I got the Gizzy. So I guess we'll
You
say
want me
that.
to do it for you? You want me to find it, or is it in your phone?
Yeah. If it's a, you know what, Gizzy, let me put you down for a minute. She's gonna
Oh,
cry. Hold on one second. 'Cause I really. Let me
oops.
just. I know. I need my hand, baby. I need my other hand.
Oh my Lord.
Okay. Yeah. I'm still here, everybody. I'm still here. I'm still here. And on a positive note, black woman savior. You don't think I should get a black woman? You don't really think so, Miss
I
Magic?
think you need a Muslim or a Filipino.
I'm gonna get what I want. That's what I'm saying. That's what y'all don't understand. Here's the thing. I'm at the restaurant trying to order what I want. Y'all gonna tell me what to eat. Think about that for a minute.
Yeah.
Picture that for a minute. We really, literally. I mean, figuring you like to eat, as much weight as you've been gaining recently, but we don't want to talk about that. You don't have no problem.
Oh shoot. Oh, listen, we have a call in. Do you wanna take a call?
Jesus Christ. Yeah, go ahead, because I'm looking for this thing. Yeah, go ahead. So be it.
Okay. Hold on. Let me make sure that this is working.
Call.
It is.
Is this a YouTube show?
Yeah, I feel like this is a troll.
Mhm.
Yes,
That's
can you hear us?
Yeah, no, this is Bad Hombre. I was in the chat.
Oh, hi. You want to talk to Awesome?
What's up? Yeah, what I wanted to say, and this is for everybody, I've been watching the King of G show, and all the women are basically saying the same thing. First thing they're going to say when they come on is, I didn't think you was going to pick me. The second thing that they all say, I'm going to tell everybody their tell. When they get really nervous or they feel very uncomfortable, they say one of two things. I love you, Kendra, or Kendra, you're so beautiful. When you hear them say that, that's how you can tell that they're really uncomfortable about something. And third thing I wanted to say is, none of those chicks make over $100,000 a year. According to blackdemographics.com, only 9% of all black households earn over $100,000. So it would be a statistical improbability that the majority of the women that come on her show earn over that amount.
Talking
The only
fast.
thing, the last thing I wanted to say is, our dear brother Kevin Samuels told us that black women have a low level of contempt for black men. Brother, when you were on that show, excuse me, her facial expression told me everything I need to know about the way she feels about black men. She despises black men. But when the Brad was co-hosting her show, he was all bubbly and had, and wanted to joke and low-key flirt with him. So, F. Kendra G,
Wow.
and that's all I really wanted to say. And I'm out.
Okay. Shout out to you, Andre, for calling, man. Thank you.
That was
Let me say this. First of all, Kendra gave me an opportunity. She didn't have to pick me, but she did. You know what I mean? And so I'll that's that. What the Hombre said is what he said, right? Let me say this. This is what I wanted to share with you. I got this from my boss this morning. You know what I'm saying? He mentioned this because he's really good at these type of things. He says this is the everybody, somebody, anybody, nobody. A team had 4 members called everybody, somebody, anybody, and nobody. There was an important job to be done. Everyone was sure that somebody would do it. Anybody could have done it, but nobody did it. Somebody got angry about that because it was everybody's job. Everybody thought anybody could do it. Nobody realized that's everybody's job. Everybody wouldn't do it. It ended up that everybody blamed somebody when nobody did what anybody could have done. That went through me.
yeah.
And so I just wanted to share that with y'all. And on that note, Gizmo and the Goon, we signing off. Y'all make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe, share the video, and we out of here. Yeah.
Good night, y'all. You gotta end the live, boo. Oh, he's not gonna end the live, so.
That didn't quite work off. I actually had a plan that didn't quite materialize. That didn't quite. Okay, we're gonna edit that out. We're gonna edit that out, Fixture. We're gonna edit that out. That's not the best look. But shout out to everybody. Everybody have a great night. Even the trolls, even the people that didn't agree with me. Shout out to everybody. May everybody be blessed. Have a great evening. Thank y'all for tuning in to Gizmo the Goon.
Good night, yeah.